Hello and welcome to show number, what is it?
13 of 13. Mad Talk Radio with Mike
13.
and Dee. See, I remembered. It was both of us. Yeah.
Okay, sorry, for a moment I couldn't hear you. But
okay.
It's alright. It's those gremlins creeping back in.
Yes, I guess we have to address that, don't we? Okay, so last week, for those who were listening, you must have realised that there was a slight issue that we had with the volume going in and out and music cutting in. So hopefully we have that sorted this week. If you do hear anything like that again, please message us and let us know. And that is another thing we should be mentioning, how you can get in contact with us on the show. So don't just lean out your window and start shouting and hope that it's going to get to us, because that never works. Very rarely, unless I happen to be walking past your house and know what you're talking about.
But you wouldn't be on the show at the time, would you?
Well, again, so there's only so much I can do. Anyway, so if you want to get in contact with us, you can through our WhatsApp number, which is 07983 833 661.
I don't even need to look.
You don't even need to look.
Yeah.
But you didn't offer that information until I started.
No, because you were doing so well.
But then you came in afterwards. I'm confused.
No, you were doing so well.
Did you want to do the number, or you just want to do it after I'd started the number?
I don't know why you're drawing attention to that.
It just seems odd to me. It's like you just wanted to prove that you knew the number without actually proving you knew that. Anyway, doesn't matter. I'm sure you had a very good reason for doing that. Anyway, if you don't want to contact us on WhatsApp, you can always get in touch with us on our Twitter account or our Instagram, which is just Mad Talking 21. So if you look for Mad Talk 21 on Twitter or Insta, you can find our page and you can follow us and you can leave messages and whatnot. If you've missed any of the previous shows, you can always catch up on those on Spotify, iTunes. Just look for Mad Talk and you'll see the logo and you can go from there. And if you really, really need to get in contact with us, you can even email us. So Mike, the email address.
Okay. All right, it is m.a.d.talks2@gmail.com. It just rolls off the tongue.
It kind of does, like, you know, a
very
Rubik's
long
cube
tongue
made of barbed wire.
Yeah.
Might. Yes, so that is m.a.d.talks21@gmail.com. So
it doesn't matter how you read it.
it doesn't. It's horrible. I'm sorry, listeners. Anyway, back to the show. So what's been going on, Mike?
Nothing much really. I've been just working hard,
grafting.
That's exactly
Like a man should.
Like a man should
do it.
Well,
Yeah.
I do graft, but
You do.
I'm not
I
saying
do
that if I do
graft.
it.
I have the ability to graft.
I'm familiar with the
grafted.
graft.
I've seen it on TV. I've seen other people grafting.
I've been grafting, watching TV, checking out bits and pieces on Netflix, but I've not got the mental attention to actually watch a whole film or series, so I just dip in and out.
Yeah, I mean, Netflix have got a lot of quality viewing, you know, a lot of stuff people are checking out on there. It's a whole binge watching thing. You get into one and you just want to keep going, you know what I mean? So
I mean, I'm also linked with Prime. You know, this is kind of a weird story. We're kind of diverting off our planned
that's what we're here
schedule
to do.
Show already. What are we in? 4 minutes in.
4 minutes. Forget the script, Mike.
Yeah,
Let's talk about Amazon Prime.
Yeah, well,
not sponsored in any way.
I wish you would.
You know what I mean? Come on, Amazon.
Good. Come on, Jeff. You've got some money.
You got money to go to space. You and your brother.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Literally.
I'm begging lend man 50 grand. What's wrong with you?
Not lend. No, give it back.
No, but then, you know, it'd be like, you know what? I'll give you £5 tomorrow.
He spends more money on croutons than I spend.
He probably sneezes and more money falls out of his pockets than we'll probably ever see.
Out of his mouth.
Out of his mouth, yes.
And just lives and breathes money.
He can't help it.
Doesn't need oxygen anymore.
He's more money than man now.
He is.
You know what I mean? I'm sorry. Anyway, so you're saying
Star
about
Wars reference. Yeah, okay. Nicely smoothly put in there.
That's what I do.
Put in there.
I'm smooth.
You are smooth.
Like butter. Like butter, baby. Butter.
Yeah, but also a plagiarist. So
it's not plagiarism if it's done as a homage, Mike. So.
Is it?
Yes, now it is.
Okay, just checking. See, now I've lost my train of thought.
Amazon Prime, you're saying?
Yeah. So I watched a bit of Netflix and then I noticed like when I went in my Amazon account, it's like, oh, you got Amazon Prime Video, and I'm like, cool. Well, I'm already on Prime, innit? I pay that stupid fee. So I mean, it's not stupid because I do get stuff quickly, but that aside, I thought, okay, so if I'm with Amazon Prime, I can just watch movies, right?
Yeah.
Just press a button.
I assume that's how it works. I mean, I'm not an expert, but I mean, you're paying them.
Yeah.
You know,
and then I clicked on a movie. I can't remember what movie I watched. But I watched something, and then all of a sudden they're charging me, and I'm like, wait, aren't I already with Prime? And then it's like, oh no, these ones are free to Prime.
Oh, there's a little you sons of...
A little switch in the corner you got to press.
You didn't
these
see
are the ones that are free to Prime.
It's in the fine print. So they've got like that little sneaky way about them.
Yeah, they have.
You see, at least with Netflix, you pay and it's done.
Yeah, you know what it is.
You know what I mean? Why advertise stuff on Amazon Prime after you? Because I'm assuming you need Amazon Prime to get to that point to see what they've got on offer, and then say, but this stuff you still need to pay extra for.
Yeah, I'm paying for Prime already. Don't call it Amazon Prime then.
If
Just
it's not
call
Prime,
it Amazon
Sub Prime.
Yeah. Optimus Prime. I don't care what you want to call it.
Just call it just what it is, not everything included. That's what.
Yeah.
So what is it called when you don't have to pay for anything? Then it's
I don't know.
Elitist Prime.
No,
Unstoppable
it's still
Amazon.
Prime. It's just not free to Prime, and then there's free to Prime.
Is it free? Though if you still have to pay. It's very,
don't worry.
See, this is how Jeff's get into space. You know, he's just no one knows what's going on. You know what I mean? He's just you have to
as
pay
long
for
as
that.
they pay.
Yeah, he's the sort of guy that you go to his house and he offer you a cup of tea and he like charge you for the milk as well. Oh, you didn't understand? No, the milk's not free. The tea is. Yeah, but the milk, sugar, cup, spoon, and ability to drink is actually chargeable. So
started for half an hour.
It's backdated.
Before you even thought about coming here.
Did you think it was weird when I asked you for your credit card details when you came in? I just thought you were making conversation.
Well, apparently they've got some new stores now, innit, Amazon, where you don't need your credit card anymore.
No?
Yeah.
You just off of a good favour,
in the future,
they just like your face.
Cards, you see.
They're beyond that, aren't they, right?
Yeah, what they need. Well, you just walk in the store.
Do you have to give them like a DNA swab or something?
I think it just scans you or some shit like that.
Okay.
I'm sure there's more to it.
It doesn't sound invasive at all.
Yeah. Begin the probing. I just want some chewing gum. That's all I want.
Don't worry, your money's no good here. Now, please, take off your trousers. Wait, what?
No, but basically, I think I think it's them, and I think, weirdly enough, an Aldi store.
Aldi, I did hear about Aldi stepping up to the next level. It's like, they don't even have employees there.
Yeah, I was going, nice if you got some staff first.
That might excuse me, where's the milk? What does that even mean?
These are not the joys you were looking for.
This is it. It's just like, they have speakers in the corners just playing like bird song and whale noise and you know what I mean, just calming music, but it doesn't help.
It doesn't help
when you can't find,
because all the stock, you can tell there's something wrong when you go in there and the stock is still on that, them wooden
pallets still wrapped up in cling film.
Even if they're not wrapped up in cling film, they might have been good enough to have cut through the cling film.
Just help you out a little bit.
Yeah,
you got to bring your own standing
slice
knife.
it open, then you still got to go in there and grab it. But why do they keep them wooden pallets? It screams unprofessionalism.
Maybe they're trying to get the whole aesthetic across. It's just a cheap operation. There's nothing expensive here. We keep the pallets in store. You're not going to see that in Marks and Spencer's. And you know what? Yeah, maybe it is cheaper.
No, you know what? It screams of a store where I'm going to be reading like, let's say I want to get, I don't know, some alternative to ragu or dolmio or whatever.
Yeah, you'll find it.
I feel like
you'll find an alternative.
Yeah, I feel like there's going to be a lot of letters turned upside down and sideways in the title. That's all I'm saying.
It's
not racist.
I'm just saying, it's weren't printed over here, Mike.
Yeah.
It's no good for the economy, is it? No, but I see what you're saying. There's going to be a lot of alternative.
Because I was looking at it, like, okay, I'm sure there's tomatoes in this.
Yeah.
I don't know what else is though. There's a lot of letters, and I don't know what any of them mean.
You look at the back and you see the amount of ingredients. Like, all of this for tomatoes? So there's got to be more than tomatoes in here.
Yeah.
I mean, look, we expect the tomatoes and the sugar and salt and all of that kind of stuff. But when there's a paragraph
Yeah, but remember, it reminds me that time we went in to a local store.
Yes.
To us, and they had that bag of nuts. It looked more like a call to arms, but probably in some maybe 1950s red state somewhere.
Yeah, it was like the kind of nuts they would have given, like
rations.
Rations, exactly. Yeah. They look like rations.
One a week for your whole family.
This is it. Make sure you make them last, because after this, you'll have to eat your own shoes.
Eat the skins as well.
Yeah, or save them and make them into a soup. That's perhaps it. You know, no end. So
yes. or wall if you get enough of them.
We can't get through sauce.
Shelter.
He's encased himself in peanut skin. Never seen anything like it.
It could happen. But anyway, we digress. Yeah. But yeah, you asked me what I've been up to, and not much really. Okay. So scanning the internet to see what I can watch and stimulate the mind. What have you been watching?
It's funny you mentioned, watching obviously the internet, we're all in this kind of, I hasten to say, post-COVID environment where everyone's like locked away. We're not so locked away, but we're still pretty much
kind of,
we're being cautious, and that's cool. You know what I mean?
Some of us are.
Well, all right, Mike, let's take it easy.
Some of us.
I'm sure those people who aren't have a very good reason.
Of course they do.
You know those people everywhere that you see not wearing a mask because they have a very good medical reason. Like the announcement says, please wear a mask unless you have a medical reason why you don't have to. You know what I mean? I'm sure they have a very good reason why they're allowed to cough on the bakery products.
On babies.
On babies as well.
They're just your baby.
That's all right. I've got a medical reason for it. Yeah. Anyway, point I was going to get to was so we're all chilling at home. We're taking it easy. Most people, they want to go on Netflix. They want to go on Amazon Prime. And there's this film out at the moment called the Tinder Swindler. Mike,
Tinder Swindler.
Yeah. Have you heard about this?
I've heard of Tinder.
All right. Well.
He swindles on the Tinder.
There you go. He swindles on the Tinder. That should be like the tagline.
They should have come to me first.
You would have changed the whole game, man. I feel like it sounds now like a film Danny Dyer would probably have been in, though.
Yeah,
he swindles on the Tinder. You know what I mean? Leave it at. That's just him saying that.
I'm swindling.
You know what I mean? I'm swindling.
Danny Dyer.
Number one. This week, you know what I mean? Danny Dyer with I'm swindling, a cockney rascal, can't take me anywhere, I'll steal your teddy bear. We're going on
acting by Danny Dyer.
There you go. Yeah, but so this Tinder swindler guy. So, as it sounds, somebody on Tinder who's swindling people. Now, I mean,
out of goods or
well, just
what is he?
Out of money, just using their kind, generous natures against them. I mean, yes, it is Tinder, and you have to think that, okay, they were clearly after something in the first place, but no one was expecting this.
Usually sex.
Yeah, well, okay, yeah. Call a spade a spade.
Especially if it's a guy.
Yeah, but I mean...
And he's swindling. You think he's probably... It's not going to be any long-term meaningful thing he's looking for here.
No.
Oh, sorry, go on.
But this is the thing. So this guy goes on there and he poses as a son of like a diamond merchant, and he comes across, he's a billionaire who just happens to be on Twitter, because even billionaires need attention, Mike. You'd think they would just pay a high price for escort, but no, they want that human connection, which can only be found on Tinder apparently. So anyway, he's going on there and he's making all these friends, he's enticing women, and he's taking them out. Because he's not, obviously...
He's taking them out.
He's not like in an Al Pacino sort of way. Yeah. He's like, he's really looking after
I want him out of here.
He's taking him out. That's it. Right. He's saying to the ladies, you know what? I'm a billionaire. Yeah, I know. They probably all say that, but I can prove it to you. You know how? I'm going to buy fancy gifts. Not enough? Take you out for fancy dinner.
So he spends money.
He spends money. Not only takes them on private jet travel journeys, Mike. He's going all out.
He's going in. He's going...
You know what I mean?
But he ain't doing this with no broke girls, though, right?
Well, no. I mean, he's a billionaire. Come on.
Oh, yeah. He's not going to... Yeah.
You want someone on his own level.
Of course. I want someone who's used to burning money.
That's it. Someone used to being rich, grated puffin for breakfast, that kind of stuff. I don't want people who have to take the bus. So, he's a little elitist, but that's all part of his charm. You know what I mean? The ladies are like that. Okay. He's showing them a good time. Okay. This is it. He's not all talk, because, I've been on his jet and everything, and it's all going nice and it's all going well. And you think, you know what? I just went on Tinder, for a, good hard shag. But now I've actually met someone who gets me and treats me how I feel I deserve to be treated. Wined and dined, gifts, jets and all that stuff. and you want to see it go somewhere. So you keep seeing this guy, and then one day, oh my God, Mike, it's bad times ahead. You know, he turns around and says, "Oh, listen, my enemies, they're after me because I'm, you know."
He's got enemies now.
Well, he's the son of a diamond merchant, Mike. He's not going to be friends with everyone. There's going to be people out there who want to, want a piece of the pie, and they're after him. And not only that, his security's in on it. They're all turned on him.
And the only person he can tell
the only person he can turn to.
I see.
Is the love of his life, who he met on Tinder only a few short, sweet weeks ago.
Only you can help me. Not the billions of pounds that I have in my account.
This is it. His security's frozen all his accounts, Mike. They've frozen his cards. They've stopped him accessing his funds.
But they've allowed him to still be able to use his mobile. They haven't stopped his mobile.
No, it's a different contract. They didn't see it. Didn't know about it. It's a secret phone, Mike.
Oh, I get burner phone. Yeah, I think they call
just
it
for Tinder, and that's how it works for him.
Tinder phone, baby.
You know what I mean? Raises more questions. What are you doing?
That's what I'm thinking.
No
one has a Tinder phone.
A Tinder phone dedicated only
to this one
for my Tinder activities. I couldn't let this stuff on a regular phone. It would be disastrous if the things I did.
It would spoil the town.
To hear it. It's the only way to keep the two worlds from colliding, Mate.
Okay, Tinder phone. Understood.
All the filth and depravity on one phone. Lucky, because now you can use that to call for help. You know, once he gets finished scrolling.
It's also it's an emergency phone also.
Okay. While you're waiting for the emergency
multitasking.
Service, there you go.
Filth and resources.
He thought ahead, Mike. You know, you don't become a son of a billionaire without planning ahead. You know,
I thought that's just pot luck, bad, just luck, isn't it?
Well,
I didn't think
you'd think so. But now everything's come crashing down around his ears. So what he does, he turns to this woman and says, "Listen, I need some help. Don't worry. Once I get back on my feet, I'll give you back the money. I just need you to lend me only 500 quid. It's just 500. You won't even know it's gone. And then I'll give. Obviously, when I come back." Just name your price.
All your problems will be solved with 500 quid.
Yeah,
Mr. Billionaire.
For now, because I mean, this is an ongoing process. But once I get back to my estate and I sort everything out and I get these,
pay you triple, double.
You'll be a queen.
I'll pay you in horses.
There you go, because they're so easy to spend. You know what I mean? You try to spend a horse in Audi, they buy the whole store, Mike, and they'll give you change. Anyway, so obviously these women think, "Oh my God, the love of my life is in trouble. I've got to do whatever I can." So they give him the money, and they try and help him. He's really grateful, and he goes off and he tries to solve his problems, and then they don't hear from him again.
I see.
And they think, "Oh no, maybe he's
maybe security.
They got hold of him, Mike. It didn't work out. It was too little, too late. Maybe I should have given him more.
Oh dear.
Oh, why was I so stingy? I should have given him £1,000 instead. Now look. Oh, I've lost 500 quid and the love of my life. How will I ever move on? You know?
So,
well, this is the thing. Everyone's wondering, what's happened to the son of the diamond merchant? Where is he? What happened? Did he get free? Well, it turns out, Mike, he's with somebody else now, isn't he? He's taking them on the dates.
On Tinder.
On Tinder. He didn't even go to a different app. The arrogance of the man. You know, he's got his Tinder phone for his...
Tinder phone. What is that? Why could... Look... That makes sense. I mean,
now you see,
because if you've already got a Tinder phone, you don't switch apps. You'd have phones for every app out there.
This is what I'm saying. It's not practical. You got your one phone for your Tinder and all your filth, and you work with that. You know what I mean? So he's taken this next lady out. He's told her all the story. He's wined and dined. He's convinced her he's a billionaire. He's given her, fancy gifts and fancy dinners and.
So how's he affording these dinners and stuff?
From the 500 quid, he's just nicked off this poor lady.
Oh, okay.
You see what I'm saying? He's got a little process going.
So, right. So he's keeping him going.
He trades money away. There you go. A little bit on top. He's living the high life, champagne, Charlie on Brownell money, that kind of stuff.
So, as long as he's got enough for a bit of data.
Yeah, bit of data.
So, wait, if you're a diamond merchant, right?
Yes.
I mean, you're going out of wouldn't you?
Let's say at least want to see some diamonds. Come on, mate.
Yeah,
prove it. What's going on? You're just a bloke with 500 quid, or you got some diamonds on you?
Well, exactly.
Is that what I mean?
No, but I mean, all right. Let's put you in the mind of a lady. All right, you're going. Or it doesn't even have to be a lady. It can be you're single, and you go on Tinder,
right?
And you meet some woman. She says, "Yeah, I'm diamond Harris.
Heiress to a diamond
and
fortune.
Yeah. Some dynasty stuff. Right?
All right, you got
Her
it.
dad's Blake Carrington. All right, and she's telling him about all this stuff, and she goes, yeah, I'm a bit minted, so why don't we go out on a date? You go out on a date with her, blah blah blah, and then she spins you this story. Wouldn't you at some point think, I want to check out on this family? Who are they?
Oh yeah, but the thing is, he's claiming to be the son of this diamond merchant. The diamond merchant is actually a real diamond merchant.
Okay, but does he look like the actual diamond merchant?
How do you tell, Mike? I mean, it's not like, he's looking like, I don't know, the dad's Yaphet Kotto, and he's,
Matthew
Christian
Broderick.
Bale or something. There's a difference. There's that. So who was your mother exactly? There's a lot of questions.
No, what I'm saying is, like, if I would be a bit skeptical if the only imagery I've seen is from his Tinder profile and nowhere else.
Well, I guess, I mean, he could easily have photoshopped something. I guess with you're getting 500 quid, I'm sure you can knock up some pretty convincing fakes. I mean,
I guess so, but then you know what? I'm already being skeptical. And maybe when you're kind of desperate to, not desperate, but you're keen to find companionship, you're more willing to believe what someone tells you. So you see what you want to see.
Yeah. Well, this is the thing. But what gets me is just the lengths, because I mean, these women were caught up, man. They were jonesing, they were feeling it, and it was like, he would say, yeah, I need this, I need to get out of the country, I need your help. And he was give money, and it's like, yeah, I've got to the country, I'm safe, but I need to buy a new passport, you need to, and then give him more money, and he'd just come up with all this.
So he would string like one person on a few times.
Yeah.
In fact, Anne-Marie has got in contact, and she said she's sure he photocopied himself in a picture for proof. Photoshopped himself into a pic.
Okay, I thought you said like photocopy. Like he couldn't even be able to Photoshop.
Yeah.
He just cut a picture of himself.
There you go.
Went to the local library.
He went to his school that's been closed for 17 years.
With the last
the old
working photocopier. Why are all your pictures in grainy
carbon
black
is
and
still
white?
good.
It's alright. It'll work. I can get a few copies out here. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
His texture is completely different from the rest of the picture. You know what I mean? Very dark in certain places.
Wow.
It's clearly a photocopy. It's not an actual picture.
Again, but then if you're in a situation where you're already asking for ID, or verification of ID, then you should probably.
I mean, I'm sure they didn't ask for it, but I mean, he probably sensed that they were a bit wary.
Or he probably put something out there. Maybe like when they're on a date, he just leaves his wallet on the table.
There you go. Goes to the bathroom, and then he's like watching from behind the decorative.
Yeah, he doesn't even need the toilet.
He doesn't. He wants to see you rifle through his possessions.
He went outside in his van because he's a tramp.
He's a tramp
who lives in his van.
Little backstory there for just so you get a context.
Doesn't know how to use real toilets.
Tramp.
He feels like an imposter when he goes into a real toilet.
Well, he should do, because he is an imposter.
Yeah. But it only works on him. That's the only place he feels guilt is in toilets.
Yeah,
but otherwise, on Tinder, he's a monster.
He's unstoppable. It's like Larry Hagman.
Oh, I see. Yeah.
So anyway, I don't know all these dated references. People are not going to know what we're talking about. So he was just, but it gets me. Now, I'm not saying that I'd be smart enough to see the con coming, but I mean, I came from a different upbringing, and I never had £500 just to give to somebody, even if I was in a relationship with them. I'm like, if I'm giving you £500, right? You better. I need to be able to have access.
Back.
Yes, I need access to you 24/7. I don't care where you are. I should be able to walk into your house.
I need to know where you live by. At this point.
I want a key. I want a key to your house.
I wouldn't even trust that.
No,
you go in the house and it looks like everything is just kind of new. You know what I mean?
There's no carpet. There's no pictures of family members.
Nothing.
There's just a big screen TV and a sofa.
Yeah. It's like a bed that hasn't been slept in, still wrapped in plastic and shit. You'd be like, come on, man.
There's no food. There's a fridge, but there's just like wine and nothing else.
Oh yeah.
There's not even like an old jar of mustard. There's nothing.
Especially check the bathroom, innit? That's the tell, innit?
Well, I mean, if there's no towels, there's no toothbrush, right?
Or toothpaste.
You know what I mean? There's loads of toilet paper for some reason. I don't know why that is. But then there's nothing else. You know what I mean? Not even a shower curtain. I think that would raise my alarm.
What, the shower curtain?
There's no shower curtain, right? There's a
shower.
shower.
Things?
Yeah.
You don't have all showers.
Listen, if you went to someone's house, right, and they said, yeah, you said, can I use the bathroom? And you went, oh, they went, yeah, all right then. And you went in the bathroom, and they had a shower, but no shower curtain.
So what you'd be like, this isn't a real house. I'd be pulling down.
I'd be weird. I'd be thinking, no, something's not right here. This isn't your house, or this is like I'm being lured into something.
I don't know what the fixation with this shower curtain.
There should be a shower curtain. Who showers without a curtain? What kind of madness is that?
I've got a shower downstairs.
Without a shower curtain?
Yeah, but then I don't usually use a shower. I have to bathe.
You just like to have it to show off. Just have a shower. I don't need it. I don't want it. I just want to show you what I do have. Marvel at it and then get out of my bathroom.
I don't want like curtains in my bath.
How do you shower without spraying water everywhere? This blows my mind. How do you do that?
It's a skill.
I don't. What, you bend in water?
Not with my mind or anything like that, no.
but you are bending water.
I am. It's a series of magnets and lots of stuff going on. It's very dangerous.
It's very dangerous. I'm risking my life every time.
Every time I do it.
I sometimes wonder why. I don't understand what the purpose is myself.
I'm not too sure.
I've got caught up with the power.
I'm pretty sure this could create a new form of free energy for the world, actually. But
in a shower bending water.
I could, but I think this is a better use of my time and energy. So
okay, I feel like people would pay to see this in action. Quite frankly,
nope,
no, not interested. It's only for me. People going past your house, there's lights coming out of your bathroom. It's like,
yeah, you know, like was it Encounters of the Third Kind? That's what he looks like. That's what happens every time I take a shower.
It's amazing.
You know,
well,
I should get a curtain. Less people will be able to see it, and it will be more of a secret.
Maybe
you might have a point. So
I feel like you'd probably still blind yourself somehow. I don't understand what's going on in this bathroom, man.
Oh no, I'm basically past that now.
You're beyond a new level. They can't blind me. They can't. I wish they would. I wish they'd try. I'm unblindable. Yeah.
Oh, we have a photo of the Tinder Swindler.
Ooh.
His name is. Okay, I'm gonna murder this name, right? Because it sounds foreign.
It's not normal. It's not like
no. It's Simon. That's his first name. So I got that bit.
Leave it like that.
Yeah.
So it's like some Simon Harris.
Leviev. I think it is because it's spelled Levieve.
Leviev.
Yeah. Leviev. Yeah. That's kind of when you read it. It looks.
He looks shady as hell, man.
He does.
Yeah. Yeah. It's the stubble for me.
Yeah.
It's like, what's going on there? It's not like George Michael's stubble. It's just like that kind of pasty. I was doing deliberate. Something I shouldn't have been doing.
Yeah, you know it's deliberate stubble. It's the kind of stubble that maybe someone who's just come out of puberty has.
Yeah,
but
accompanied with a lot of perspiration.
Yeah, he's clearly older than that, and he's still trying to drop it. So there's always something shifty about him.
Shifty, that's the word. Shifty.
Yeah,
shifty.
It's like if you was at a table with him and then you left to go to the bathroom, you wouldn't want to drink that drink.
No, he's done something.
I mean, even if he just stuck his thumb in it or something weird like that.
He just wants to have that power over you to let you know. You don't know what I've done.
You don't know where I've been. It's always with that line. So Tinder Swindler. So what baffles you is what
the levels that women were going to, the amount of money he was getting out of them. I mean,
do you reckon it? But it must be both ways, isn't it? There must be women. I mean, this must happen to men as well.
Oh yeah, Tinder, isn't it? Yeah, I mean, I'm assuming.
Is it Tinder?
I've lost all the words. Lost all sense to me now.
Okay.
Tinder. I think I'm trying to say twist.
Oh my goodness,
what's happened?
Tinder Swindler.
Tinder Swindler, not Twitter, not Twindler.
They need to do something with these names of these apps, you know.
Twindler. I feel like that's an equally sordid site as well. But if you type in Twindler, you'll get something.
I don't want to see.
You don't want to see.
I don't want to see what the Twindler is doing. But Asha has got him in contact, and she says,
hi,
"So you need to watch this documentary for one reason and one reason alone.
Yeah,
the guy blames everything on his enemies.
Always
his enemies.
The vagueness.
Oh, is this one? These sort of what do they call them? Incel guys.
I don't think he's so much an incel as it's just.
And all women are enemies.
No, but that's the thing. It's not the women that his enemies. I mean, maybe he's using that to describe.
Oh, but his enemies.
Yeah, just in general, his vagueness, Mike. You don't know.
Yeah, you know what? You can't look. The only people who can use enemies, right, is if you're like a sub character in a cartoon movie.
Yes.
All right.
What?
I need your army to help me defeat my enemies.
My enemies, yeah.
You see, that's the only way it works.
Well, this sounds like someone who's using armies has multitudes of enemies. So
or
you can
if
say
you
that.
actually are the leader, like I'm imagining that, like the leader of Ukraine could probably say my enemies right now.
I'm
and
pretty sure
Putin could probably say that, and we'll be like, we understand where you're going.
Yeah, we get it. We've
But
all seen
you know
what's
what I mean.
happening.
If you're like, I'm trying to think. If you're like just some guy in a shop,
Reg down the local pub.
Yeah.
Like, listen, Mike.
look, my enemies. So shut up.
Yes. Don't understand.
What enemies?
You ain't got
You
no
ain't got
enemies. You may have an enemy,
Yeah.
but you're not important enough to have multiple
Enemies.
plural
You're
enemies.
not important, bro.
Nobody's after you. No one's after you that badly.
No,
you know what I mean.
No one wants you for anything.
At best, there's probably a few people that begrudge you. That's it.
Yeah.
No one's.
I'm annoyed by your sight.
That's it.
The idea of you.
No one's forming a posse. No one's. You know what I mean? They're
Clearly
not
a waste
coming
of
after
time
you.
and resources.
You're not that important, Reg. Take it easy. Calm down. Yeah. So yeah.
Okay, so yeah, he is a bit creepy looking.
Well, this
So
is
he
the thing.
blames his enemies like when he's doing the con.
Yes.
So, but why are these? He must be spinning some sort of yarn where he's got some backstory. So he's like, yeah, you know, my what is it? His dad is a diamond merchant.
Yes, supposedly.
All right, so I'm thinking diamonds, probably like in South Africa. There's a lot of diamond mining going down there. So depending on who's going out with, like, yeah, you know, there's been an uprising. You know,
So he's got that accent.
yeah, he's got the accent.
The rebels are messing. They're coming to take the diamonds.
Yeah.
You don't
The
understand.
workers-
You don't see these people, eh? They don't understand. I'm in control of the diamonds. You're trying to take my diamonds? You come here, try to take my diamonds, play with me in my house? You're crazy. Won't have it.
Yeah. That's I think he's got to tone that down a bit when he's asking for money.
Yeah, I don't think it's going to work too well on
Yeah.
Tinder.
You know what I mean? So I need to defeat my enemies. And it's like,
Now, someone with that accent can tell me they've got enemies, and I believe them. Anybody with a South African accent can tell me they have enemies, and I was like, yeah.
Whichever side of the argument you're on, I think you have enemies.
You have enemies. That's got to be a given, man. Come on, you didn't get this far.
I feel that later on we're going to look back at this with some sense of regret and
Due exhaustion and dread.
yeah,
Yes.
disbelief that we're this ignorant.
Well,
But but I feel like
we grew up in a different time, Mike.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
the South Africa I knew, everyone had enemies.
Yeah, that was it. I mean, even look, put it this way: if you went to South Africa now, are you telling me that you wouldn't feel like you have enemies?
I feel like
stepped off
if you
the
haven't,
plane.
then you bloody well should.
You should be. You know what I mean? If you don't feel like you have, you bloody well should be, because they're coming. You know what I mean? Nobody is on your side there. I'm sorry, you can't.
And if they are on your side, why are they on
Why?
your side?
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
If they said, if you got off the plane in South Africa and somebody came up to you, welcome, my friend. Let me take your bag.
No.
Straight away. Don't want anything from you. Don't know who you are. Not interested.
That's
You know
it.
what I mean?
Nope.
Straight away.
Doesn't matter. And even if you haven't got the Afrikaner accent and you've got more,
I think that would be more troubling though.
Mm-hmm.
If someone came up to you and they were like on some Nigel Havers shit, no, Michael, I'm glad you made it. Please follow me. I want you to meet
you
some
don't
people.
belong here. And I find it unbelievable that you would only come and talk to me. Goodbye.
This is it. I'm surprised that you managed to survive this long with that accent.
Yeah.
Clearly, you're aligned with someone who wants to murder me or rob me.
Anne-Marie has referenced District 9. Yes, that's the thought that comes to mind.
That's what
Even though
I'm
I know
saying.
it's a fictional depiction of a South Africa that doesn't really exist in this
To
world.
a degree,
To a degree.
Yeah.
I mean, there aren't any prawns there.
they're not new prawns, but I do feel like certain people have been treated the same way.
Like, yeah.
I think the special effects were there just to kind of lighten the mood, shall we say, Mike?
We'll create these disgusting aliens to distract you from the disgusting treatment.
They're all over the place.
Yeah.
Too many of them, if you ask me. You need to send them back where they come from. They're here, they're breathing all over the place. We had to keep them in one place because they would start mixing with the rest of us. And we didn't want that.
And neither do you.
Neither do you. We do it for you, mate. You want this guy living next door to you? Hey? going to school with your
Is
children.
this still the Tinder Swindler?
I'm sorry, I forgot all about that. Yeah, the women love it apparently.
Yeah,
You can't
so
get
that's
enough.
why I need the money.
At the end, because the story's been working so far. Like he still felt, I think I'll still be able to get the money.
No, that's after we said, yeah, I need to kick them back to where they come from. But that's why I need the £500. So that's got to work for him, yeah?
They're on board. I can't see why they wouldn't be.
I can't.
He paints
I
a
feel
very
like he's
compelling
marketing
picture.
himself to a certain type of woman, if that's the case.
Yes, yeah. And in that case, I mean, do we really feel that bad
That
for
sort
them?
of EDL wife, sort of.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Finally, somebody thinking what I've been thinking.
Yeah, about all those people in South Africa. Yeah,
I've never been to. Never met.
Kick him out.
Kick him out of their country that I'm not even in. That's a new level of hatred, you know.
Well, it's usually the same level of ignorance, though, isn't it?
Yeah, just applied nationally, internationally, Mike.
Yeah.
Is so.
Get out of Yugoslavia. Like, do you even know where it is?
No, but
It
they
doesn't
should
matter.
be there.
Yeah. Wearing their jobs and all that.
Oh,
Yeah.
it just
What?
makes me so angry when people are in countries where they shouldn't be. Send them all back to all their individual countries. Then everything would be right with the world. There you go.
Answers, everyone.
There you
There
go.
That's all we
Done
needed.
and done.
Years of politicians, philosophy.
They didn't know what they were
wars.
doing, Mike.
But just listen to this bint and see what happens.
So yeah, it was. But yeah, I just thought it was a very, very weird. I was surprised at how far these women were going. You know what I mean? It's like at a certain point you've got to think maybe this isn't all it's cracked up to be. Maybe this guy is not so much the person I thought he was, and more of a lying scumbag type of a person.
Yeah.
But when the heart wants what it wants, Mike, what can
That's
you
the
do?
thing. People see what they want to see, innit?
That's exactly it.
And
They
that's
see
the
what
thing.
they want to see.
Yeah,
You know
yeah.
what I mean?
And I mean, you're appealing to someone who's already on Tinder, put on their profile. He's probably had enough time to look at and see how long they've been on there. And
Oh yeah,
whatever.
he's groomed them all.
And he's like, oh, I know what you want.
Oh, he starts getting out that jumper with the shoulder showing, right? Bit of skin.
That's the
bit of
thing.
stubble.
See, that's where the Saffron accent isn't in there at that point. You can't do that. You can't do the drop off shoulder to jumper thing
with the accent.
with the Afrikaner accent.
It kind of ruins
doesn't
it.
work. Talking of that, it seems like we've gone down a strange road.
Okay.
With the Afrikaner accent.
Oh dear.
Asher has said, slightly off track, and to help you with this, here's a picture of the most famous rap group from South Africa with the Afrikaans accent.
Oh,
And
wow.
here they are.
Okay, that's a very unique look. I feel like I've seen them as well. Weren't they in
What, District 9?
not District 9, the one after that? Was it the one with the robot? Chappie.
I feel like they were.
I feel like they were in Chappie.
Yeah. So the name is Ninja D. Antwoord.
Ninja D.
accused
Antwoord.
the bisexuals, the traffic human. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. All
That's
right.
a very small market.
It is.
I feel like if I met someone who listened to that, I would have nothing in common with them. They're doing things on a next level. It's like they'll take things that you're doing, but find a really obscure niche version of that thing.
I'm just seeing what this guy's got on his tattoos and see if there's anything that's probably a little controversial. No, he stayed pretty safe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He knows what he's doing, mate.
Yeah.
Come on. He's goading you. He wants you to check out his tattoos. That you fell
Yeah.
for it. It's like, yeah. You probably think I've got a swastika somewhere, don't you? That's what you're looking for, isn't it?
That's it. Something like that. Yeah.
You thought I was one of those guys. You know what I mean?
Some sort of rude picture about Nelson Mandela printed on your body somewhere. That's what I'm kind of thinking. Maybe I'm the racist and I'm projecting my
Well,
stereotypes.
you see, I think we've learned
We're
a lot
learning.
about ourselves,
We are
mate.
learning.
We were the monsters all along. It's like a Twilight Zone
And
episode.
that's what everyone should remember, kids.
That's a weird.
They
Well,
weren't the monsters, it was them lot.
Right.
All right.
So what's the name of the group again?
Sorry. Okay. They are. It's like Asher is actually just predicting what we're going to say.
Okay.
We're that predictable.
Wow.
No, she says they are called Die Antwoord, D Antwoord in brackets. Okay. Yeah. Because I thought it said die,
But it's
and they
pronounced
can't
D.
be explained.
They can't be. They refuse.
Yeah,
They
and
refuse
she
all
said-
explanation.
And then she sent another text just saying Chappie. So they were in Chappie.
I thought so.
Yeah.
That
Yeah,
woman
she
has a
looked-
very distinctive haircut.
Okay. Yeah. All right. Interesting. We diverted quite
Yes.
way off.
We've been around. We did the whole Well, I guess, I mean, we're talking about Tinder. It's going to get pretty varied. There's a lot of stuff going on.
Yeah. I mean, let's say you were a single man, all right? He's not, ladies. It's not going to happen. All right?
Yeah, I mean, all right. I'm sure you didn't need to say that, but I mean,
but
clearly,
you know, they're all just in case. Just want to crush your dreams. So, yeah. But if you were,
yes,
would you consider going on a site like Tinder?
I don't. You know what? I feel like I miss that whole online dating thing. I wouldn't know how to approach it. You know what I mean? Because I feel like the
maybe
Tinder
you're thinking
scene,
too much already.
Maybe that's what it is. I mean, Tinder seems to move pretty fast, from what I understand. So it's like you go on there, you swipe one way for people that you like, swipe another way for people that you don't like, and then if that same person you likes you, then you link
then you
up,
just get talking, and then
then
bam,
this is it. And I just feel like that's.
I need £500.
That's how it always ends, Mike. It always ends with someone asking you for money. I mean,
well, actually, before we go further, you just reminded me of something. Our regular listener, Ross, I think we should probably give him like a little section in the show.
Okay.
He's so consistent. But he said something he came across earlier, and I don't know why what we were just talking about reminded me of this.
Okay.
But he says something he came across earlier. That can always be something weird. All right.
What are you trying to say about our friend, Mike?
I don't know. All right. He said, any book, stroke TV show, etc., can be vastly improved by the addition of, and then the murders happened, to the first line. For example, in a hole in the ground there lived the Hobbit, and then the murders happened. Last night I dreamed of a Manderley again, and then the murders happened.
Well, okay, I see.
And now this is a story about how my life got flipped upside down, and then the murders happened. Carlton would be the first victim, number one.
So this is a version of Fresh Prince where the murders happened.
Yeah,
you see, and then it's the implication that there was multiple murders within a period of time. You know what I mean? Like they all grouped together. It wasn't like sporadic. It was like there was a massive murders. Yes.
Yeah.
And then the murders happened. The murder, as if we all know.
But he's right. It does make it vastly interesting.
Well, I guess when there's multiple murders, you're going to want to know what the hell's happening. How are so many people being murdered? One murder is bad enough, but when there's murders, someone's not doing their job right.
A lot of catching up to do.
That's what I was saying. Being so backlogged.
I've been behind.
I'm just going to blitz it this weekend, Mike. You won't see me for a while.
All this Brexit stuff, right? Paperwork.
It's been distracting me.
Yeah,
from the real issue, which is murder. I've got a lot, so I won't be around for a while. Yeah, you see him like a week later, drenched in blood, shirt sleeves rolled up, smoking a cigarette, just knackered, shattered. Mike, he's putting his feet up. It's like, you will not believe the week I've had.
I think I will. I think I believe everything you're about to tell me.
Well, I do, because of the pile of corpses that surround you at the moment. I feel like this is going to be part of a film tagline. And then the murders happen.
And then the murders happen. Maybe that's a pitch for a new movie, actually.
Yeah. Just call it that?
You should copyright that before I see if your idea. So,
and then the murders happened.
Yeah, so I don't know how that linked in with...
you said something sparked that...
Yeah, I don't know.
I guess...
thinking.
Yeah, but it's like one of those things that makes a situation more interesting. So regardless what it is, you know what I mean? You can add that to it and it's automatically interesting. People want to know about murders. It doesn't have to be... Quite frankly, it doesn't matter what else came before that.
If there's a thriller and there's no murder in it, it's like, not really a thriller, is it?
Unless it's one of those kind of espionage type. Well, not even then. It'd have to be like a political
Someone's
thriller.
got to get hurt, though.
Someone's got to get flown in front of a train.
Or they're gagged and bound and tell me the secret. It's that sort of stuff.
Give me the code words.
Anne-Marie has got in contact and she's asked the question, when do they get to serial killer status?
There is actually...
There is a definition, isn't there?
There you go. So I'm sure if Pavlos is listening, he will be on that.
Yeah. Get on that, Pavlos. You make sure that's in your search history.
I'm sure how many people to be classed as a serial killer?
How many people do I need to... No, that's not how you should phrase it.
Don't do it.
I used to say, how do they determine whether someone is a serial killer?
Clever. See, it's all in the wordplay. There you are. Look at you.
I know.
Reading.
Read books.
Books more than one, Dave. That's how you get on board.
Over a lifetime, 4.
Same one 4 times, but
Exactly.
Yes,
Watching Red Hat never gets boring. I'm telling you.
Wait till you get to Jennifer Yellow Hat. Blows your mind.
No, that's 3D.
That's 3D. It's like Avatar 2.
Yeah, and Inception all in one.
Rolled into one. And guess what, Mike? And then the murders happened. Mind was blown.
You see, imagine if that was a kid. That could be a kid's book in the 80s,
What's that? And then the murders happened.
Yeah, and no one would have a problem.
Well,
now...
I mean,
you can't have murder on a book.
Mike. Can't tell children about serial killers.
No.
I mean, where do they think serials come from? Eh? They were all children once.
That's
there
the thing.
You go.
Although, cornflakes.
Cornflakes.
What happens to corn?
There you go. It's the natural step.
Natural
as far
step.
as I'm concerned.
Thrown into a big machine and just shredded while they're alive. That's your cornflakes, kids.
There you go.
Enjoy it.
Helps detach them. That's what it is. Anyway, yes, but I'm sure with the serial killers, I'm sure it's like you have to murder about 4 people.
4 people.
Sure
and maybe 4. Over. Yeah, I don't think it's so much about how long a timeline. Because if it's like, okay, you murdered 3 over 20 years, and then you left it for another 10. Well, they're like, sorry, you didn't quite make it. You see, if you had managed to squeeze that last one in,
you know what I mean?
Then you would have had status. But no.
I get it. I mean, it's how it's done as well. You know what I mean? If it's like, you're on some Hannibal Lecter shit where you're keeping people tied up and
Well, yeah, but I mean that Harold, what's his name? The doctor, Shipman.
Harold Shipman, yeah.
Yeah, so he wasn't exactly Harold Lecter, probably worse, because he had the whole bedside manner.
But that's what I'm saying. It was organised. It was premeditated.
So that's what makes it more sinister.
Yeah, rather than you just walking into your local Tesco's and letting fire with AK-47.
Yeah, that's just like
that's just mass
Texas stuff.
That's a massacre. A mass shooting
is a massacre.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, serial killer.
I mean, if you went to like 4 different Tesco's and did that, then maybe
serial masochist,
serial mass murderer. That is a title.
Okay, you see, again, as always, Pavlos is on it. He's our non-paid correspondent, researcher. He said, technical definition: a serial killer is typically a person who murders 3 or more people, usually in service of abnormal psychological gratification, with the murders taking place over more than a month, including a significant period of time between them.
Wow. So it's got to be over a month?
Taking place more than over a month and including a significant period of time. So it can be both.
Okay. Oh, well.
Interesting.
Well, there you go.
Okay, Anne-Marie, your question has been answered. Sleep well.
I don't know why you needed to know that.
I don't know either.
I'm a little worried.
But we were talking about the Tinder Swindler.
Yeah. So, maybe this is a question for the listeners. I mean,
have you met this man?
No, not the Tinder Swindler. Just Tinder in general. I mean, if you have met him, please get in touch. We'd like to know more about his story. But no, it's just like I would like to understand a bit more about Tinder, missing that whole online dating age. That whole change in things, because it's a little different from when we were growing.
You had to walk up to someone.
Yeah, you literally had to approach that person, and back then it wasn't seen as being creepy or stalkerish. It was just seen as that's the way it was done. You do that now, you're going to get maced, or
I don't know. No, it depends. You don't just roll up on someone when they look like they're going to work or something. Don't do that. All right. You got to pick your moments.
Yeah, you got.
Right? Make sure you're both sitting down. We both got nowhere to go. Maybe you're in a train station and you're both sat down and your train's messing. You turn to oh dear. Got to wait another 20 minutes. Oh dear, So give me your number. Don't do that either, because
there's got to be a middle step.
Maced. So, but you start, polite conversation.
Polite. You don't run towards someone. That's not a good start.
No, but you know what I reckon it is, and this is the age of consumerism, isn't it? And it's about instant gratification. I want it now.
Yes.
I'm going to go on Amazon. I see no trainers. Bang.
I want them in my ass by tomorrow at the latest.
Yeah.
I've got Prime.
Exactly.
Yeah? Can't watch everything, but at least I can get trainers.
Yeah, I know what's free and what isn't now. All right.
Yes.
But what you can do is now you can advertise yourself like a product. Everyone's thinking in that sort of consumerist way, isn't it? So when you go on Facebook, you're not putting on a picture of yourself with matter in your eye. All right.
Yeah. Bed head. Unbrushed teeth. Unshaven.
Okay. Ross has also it seems like everyone wants to just talk about murder tonight. He's like, yeah, the Zodiac Killer, the Jack the Ripper, the Yorkshire Ripper, and Harold Shipman and Fred West were all serial killers.
Okay.
Thank you, Ross.
I don't think anybody thought they weren't.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say.
Have you heard about Jack the Ripper? What, Jack the Ripper, the florist?
Yeah.
No.
No.
He was a serial killer. Really? With the last name Ripper? I thought he was just into tearing garments. I thought he was a haberdasher.
Yeah.
Jack the Ripper. I didn't realize it was people's lives he was ripping from their body. But yeah.
Now it makes sense.
Yeah. But
where were we?
We were somewhere else. No. we were talking about Tinder. And Ross keeps trying to drag us back to serial killers. No. But maybe there's a link there. Maybe. But again, that's what I find scary as well. Because I remember we were talking about this earlier, and I don't know if it happens so much now, but you used to get these messages. And back in our day, Mike, these were like postcards that you'd find in phone boxes up West End.
Oh, right. Yeah.
You know what I mean? And it'd be like, horny singles in your area want to hook up right now. Just call them, and you know what I mean, you could, and they make it sound like this person's literally like 2 doors down from you, and you can just go around there.
Desperate lonely mum. It'll be something like that, isn't it?
Sounds delightful. The desperation, essentially. That's what I'm really into. That
lonely mum. Half a can of beer left. Get there now.
That's it. She just wants it. Give it to her.
And it's like, or him, depending on what you want.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Now, I mean, it just seems too far-fetched. But again, in this day and age, who knows? If everyone's marketing themselves as a product, who's to say it's not real? Who's to say you can't just, phone a number and say, yeah, I'm in this area. I'm looking for a hookup. Who's available? It's like, all right, we got Janice, number 24. Right, if you could get there in half an hour, then you're in.
Sounds so romantic.
She does, don't they? She's got other punters waiting. You've got to get in, get out.
Like, which cubicle? This is not.
Do I need to bring my own wet wipes, or will those be provided? It's not going to be romantic.
It is.
I think people think it's going to be like a episode of.
I mean, that's not what you want.
Dynasty or
it's
something.
Not romantic, is it? Maybe you just don't want romance.
Well, maybe.
But then again, you want to go on Tinder for romance. Would you?
Well, this is
you want to go on Tinder for just quick gratification.
Well, I'm not sure how it works. I think that's.
I'm sure there's
kind of devolved into now.
Like quick hookup apps.
Yeah, but I think that's how Tinder is looked at now. I mean, back in the day, well, it was like, I think when it first came out, it was like, oh, it's a dating app, and then obviously people exploited it, and it thought Tinder was like, all right, shag away. But then you got like other ones which are like, cater towards specific demographics, like over 50s or your specific ethnic, groups or whatever. And it works for those groups of people, and that's fine. And I'm assuming that it's more based on building a relationship rather than just getting in there and
I guess it depends on what
you're after. But I mean, I guess, look, if you can have an app for pretty much anything, you can decide what extent of a relationship you want. If you want something quick and
it shouldn't be
easy,
the app that's dictating. But I guess if you go to certain apps, if it's like hookuponetime.com.
You know what you're getting.
Yeah, you know what it is.
You know what I mean?
Well, this is like Tinder.
It's ambiguous, isn't it? It's like there's heat, there's fire, there's the potential of fire. That's what it is. Tinder. Ooh, what will you do with yours?
Is it going to be the fire of London, or is it going to be a spark?
That's a spark. Is it going to smolder? Is it going to be an engulfing explosion, Mike? Sending shivers through your body and making you feel like a real man. Is that what you want, Mike?
Well, said like that, yes I do. Every day.
How could you refuse?
Exactly.
Look, see, if Janice at number 24 was offering that, come on.
Well, not with that voice. I mean, I'll take. That's not Janice, is it?
That's not. I just represent her. Yeah. Get down there as soon as you can. She's that important.
I'm like, she's that important. She's got a voice guy.
She's got a voice guy. She can afford a voice guy.
I'm like, okay, she's putting a lot into this advertising campaign. I feel like she's struggling for business. I'm going to stay away. Thank you very much. But your voice is clearly
campaign,
wasted.
love.
Yeah, putting way too much effort into it makes me skeptical.
There's something not right. I'm gonna get there. It's gonna be 2 blokes in it. I don't know what this is. You know what I mean? Dressed as Batman and Robin. It's a different kind of game.
That's the thing. No, there'll be a Batman costume and a Robin costume just left on a chair for you.
You choose.
Yeah.
You know,
I'm already Batman.
Why do I then have to be Robin? I don't like where this...
You walk through the door, mate. It's too late.
You walked in. You're in my world now.
Yeah.
You know, that's it. Just start playing the old 60s theme tune. It's that kind of disorienting music, mate. It hits the ear wrong. You're not.
Yeah,
it doesn't
I think
want
the
you to
Batman
be
theme tune
comfortable.
is not sexy generally anyway.
No.
It shouldn't be included in that situation.
I don't think that's what it was designed for. No. But yeah, so I just feel like Tinder is moved way faster than I'm used to. So I'm interested to see how people live that kind of Tinder lifestyle.
All right, well, let's put that out to the listeners. You can get in contact with us on 07983 833 661. Yes, I did have to look at the number, but I tried to read it fast enough to sound professional.
Yeah, it flows.
Because you were glaring at me, waiting for my failure.
Oh, it's my fault.
No, it's not your fault. I just noticed how you were like, yes, go on, fail.
I didn't say that.
You never said it. You never said it.
Why do you think of me like this? I'm only here to watch your demise. Is that what this is?
Pretty
it's
much.
Just one long, drawn out plan.
You're just hedging your bets on it. But anyway, before we go to our break, Moss did text us a few moments ago to say the Murders of Bel Air would be a great Fresh Prince reboot. I really think you're pushing this Murders of Bel Air.
Yeah.
What is it against Carlton?
You know what? But then that would be it, wouldn't it? Because I reckon he's trying to push it like Carlton would be the first, but really Carlton was the mastermind, and he faked his own death in the first place. And we only find out in the third act when Fresh Prince thinks he's solved it and he's killed what he thinks is a murder. He probably thought it was Uncle Phil, and he's like, "Why Uncle Phil?"
So it's going to be like an Agatha Christie
kind of thing. Yeah, you know what I mean? They have a tussle, and obviously Uncle Phil's got the advantage because of his size and his weight, but then he slips on, a banana peel or something, hits his head on the marble coffee table, and it's like, I didn't want to do this, Uncle. Why you do this to me like this?
And then you find out it's the butler who put the banana there in the first place.
There you go. And you hear that slow, sarcastic
and now
clap.
I can have his wife.
Yes, that's it. Yeah. Very well done, Mr. Smith. You played right into my hands from the very beginning. And then does that whole thing where he unravels the plan.
That's going to get old pretty fast. Isn't there like 4 other people in Bel Air?
Well, they've probably all been murdered by then. Remember, Mike? That's when the murders
this would be a very
happened.
short series, Ross. I don't think this is a goer.
This is more like a movie of the week kind of thing.
Yeah. Anyway, we are going to go to a break, and we'll be right back to discuss some more current issues. Specifically, we're going to be talking about what a mother would do for her son, and I'm giving you a subtle hint. Prince Andrew. We're going to be talking about that stuff.
Smooth. I don't think they got it.
They did. Yeah.
It'll be.
But I thought I did really well. Anyway, we'll be back soon. And we are back after a short little respite.
Yes.
So, it is the second hour of the show, and we are going to start by talking about the top story in the UK is at least beside the Atlantic.
The revelation, Mike.
The revelation. Well, is it a revelation?
Well, I think we could all kind of see it was only going to go one way, really, wasn't it?
Well, yeah. So we are obviously talking about Prince Andrew's settlement with, what was her name again? I feel that's so disrespectful. But,
well, considering how much uproar that this woman has caused, you'd think we'd remember her name, but clearly
he's caused.
Yeah, well, we're only really interested in him, aren't we? You know what I mean? Not to obviously say that her plight isn't clearly an issue, but he's made this 10 times worse than it could have been. You know what I mean? It's like it was already horrific, and you've just added more gasoline on top of it. You know?
Yeah.
So, but I mean, we've all seen the interview, Mike. We've seen the level of arrogance. We've seen the level of disdain and just
Virginia Giuffre, that's her name.
Virginia Giuffre. Okay, yeah. But yeah, so I mean, clearly this is a terrible, horrible situation for this girl to have ended up in. And you know what I mean? Obviously, we've seen the interview. This man is not interested. He doesn't care. It's like,
I'm too honourable.
This is it. You know what I mean?
That interview was a disaster. I always imagine that he walks down the halls of Buckingham Palace, high-fiving the staff.
The staff.
The help.
It's the only time that high-five.
I think I totally smashed that.
Nailed it. clear as a bird, free as a bird. You didn't even get that right. Clear as a window, as a bird, as a window in a bird, as a bird flying into a window. Clear, free. You're so guilty.
You reckon it, out of all the kids, you know, in some families, right? You just have that one.
Yeah.
You know, out of all the sons, you reckon he was just like the one who wasn't so clever?
Yeah, but he had his physical prowess, Mike. So he didn't need to be clever.
Did
he? He was the biggest one, wasn't he? He was like he was always doing the polo and the all that kind of
but
stuff.
I thought Charles was doing that.
Yeah, but Charles was like, he wasn't on it because you know. No. I feel all right. Put it this way. Let's say they were both doing it. I feel it's like this. You remember being in school, and you may have a couple of brothers, right, who go there, and one of them is okay, but the other one's just a bit too hands-on, a bit too. You know what I mean?
You think that's what Andrew was?
I think Andrew's that kind of person. It's like, the joke's over, but he's still pushing it to
bundle.
Yes, exactly.
That's that guy.
He's that guy.
Okay. Yeah, maybe, but in a more.
That's enough, Andrew. Nah, it's only a laugh, isn't it?
It's like, get your hands out of my face, Andrew.
You know what I mean?
It's only a bit of saliva.
Why is there saliva?
I don't know.
What is happening? I thought we were playing cards.
Who knows?
Oh, but yeah, I mean, I feel like he was that character.
Weird Japes kids get up to in those days in
those
royal schools.
Yeah.
I don't know what the hell goes on in those schools, but their life is totally different. But yeah, what I wanted to draw more attention to was 12 mil.
12 mil. That's a substantial
apparently
amount.
It's being paid towards the charity that Virginia Giuffre has created. And also he had this interesting statement that now, this is the bit that would make one question. Okay. All right, because prior to this surprise announcement, all right, he was talking about, I'm going to take this to court.
Yeah, he was adamant.
Yeah,
he was going to
have a jury
in a court.
Prove my innocence.
Yeah,
and they were using all the horrible tricks, the lawyers and stuff to try and slander her name even more and try to question her sexual history and all that sort of stuff. And
drag her through the mud.
Say maybe she doesn't remember. Maybe we need to look at her mental health. All that sort of stuff. Yeah. Blame the victim tactics.
Yep.
You know what I mean? And then all of a sudden, paying off this money for a woman that he claims he ain't met. Right, and then what was it? The statement that he put was like, he recognises that Virginia Giuffre was a victim of the crimes that she's highlighted, as were others, and he's now pledged to support.
He's in support of it now.
Of women who have been through the horrendous crimes.
Okay, so this is this 12 million a donation to the charity, Mike? Is that
it's a donation?
He's not buying.
He was going to do this anyway.
He was, Mike. It's just got in the way of all the cool stuff. Oh, if I didn't have to worry about that, I'd be able to donate the 12 million.
And apparently, I think part of the agreement was that she's not allowed to speak to it until after the Queen's Jubilee thing. I was like, so sure, it's got nothing to do with it. So,
what would she even say, Mike? Never met. She's got to say.
Yeah. But it made me quite think about, like, obviously, his mum must have helped out, innit, with the money.
Well,
you know what I mean? It's not like he went to work and say, I've been investing in blah, 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 and I've got 12 million just to dash away on a woman I've never met.
Maybe he was lucky on the lottery, Mike. Came in, his numbers came up.
Oh, I'm so lucky, Ma.
I like the idea of Prince Andrew playing the lottery and winning. Because that would make it fair.
I won
of all the people. Why are you playing the lottery?
I think I'll donate it to that woman who's accusing me of this horrendous crime.
This is
one's got nothing to do with it.
There would be no implications here. I mean, it's just one person helping out another person with £12 million.
Yeah. So... But it may, I guess, the fact that the Queen is probably paid this off to make this go away.
Well, people are going to be putting two together, and I'm not saying that she did, but it's not looking good. You know what I mean? And I mean, even if he did sell off certain property and he, got money, why are you laughing?
Sorry, Marie has just sent in an email saying, none of the charities want the money. We don't care how many people this is going to help. We don't want that money.
We'd rather suffer. We'd rather suffer than to have you.
We would rather have more of this happen. than to take a penny of Prince Andrew's money.
Isn't it?
Maybe that's the case. Maybe that is the case.
That is bad. Can you imagine that? You try to pay off someone with 12 million and they say, no.
I'd rather suffer.
I'd rather suffer just to see you get what's coming to you.
Yeah, but he's not going to get what's coming to him, is he? Oh, you know what I mean?
Well,
so
there's money in there.
Yeah, but maybe think about, obviously, in the sense that if you pay for someone, you can almost take responsibility for that person's misgivings or whatever.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. And I know, like, the Queen is like, I mean, I've been hearing a lot of this stuff, like the Queen is beyond reproach. I don't even know what that means, but
well, you know what? It's like you were saying before, Mike. It's a mother and her son.
Yeah. So on one hand, you can understand, it's like, especially if you know your son, all right. It's like, yeah, he's a big lad, he can handle himself. But if you're the Prince Andrew's mum, and you think Prince Andrew in prison. That's not going to go well, is it?
I mean, when's the last time you saw?
Well, actually, he wasn't going to go to prison for it.
It was a civil trial. But
yeah,
one thing would have led to another. It was more about
if he went into a courtroom and was found guilty, what that would do to
potentially
the royal family.
Yes,
you know what I mean. It's like, yeah, that's going to leave.
We don't need that. Not this year. Come on.
Yeah.
So I think.
Well, this is the funny thing. It's like, not this year. So they're weighing up.
Well, this is it.
The party and the big celebration versus what the main issue is about, and it's like, okay,
I have the feeling that Prince Andrew is going to be living up this jubilee. This is going to be partying like it's 1999. I
don't think,
because
you know what,
next year's going to be a little different.
If he does, I think he seriously is a guy who doesn't know how to read the room.
Probably.
Because I'm pretty sure the roles are like, okay, 12 million's been done, yeah, all right, okay, so we are going to be getting on with planning this thing, all right. So you just stick to it, and he's like, okay, so I'll just turn up and I'll have my birthday suit, and you know, he's expected. Yeah, when they're going to the party, he's gonna be like, Mummy, there's no. Where's my seat in the limo?
You're going to be in your room watching Netflix, bruv. You're not invited to this.
To the dungeon, Andrew. They've got dungeons.
They still have a dungeon. They have a dungeon. I refuse to believe they don't. They have a dungeon.
They've got to have a dungeon.
Yeah. Why wouldn't you?
Yeah.
Exactly. It's a status.
You've got a Tower of London and shit.
Yes. They'll bring that shit.
One more dungeon.
They'll refurbish that shit for you. You know.
That's the thing.
Yeah.
That's how the 12 million.
That's what it's for. To contain him, Mike. Like he's an X-Man or so. He's like a super villain. It's the only way we could contain him.
That's the thing.
12 million.
How would you contain Prince Andrew?
Series of magnets, perhaps.
A series of magnets. Yeah, something.
Some kind of
some sort of moat with like holy water around it or something. I don't know.
You know what I should get? You remember that? I don't know if they still have it now. I remember they used to have this thing where it was like a giant fan and you could put on like a parachute suit and it would simulate you like free falling.
Oh right, just keep him there forever.
Just keep him there. That's it. Just have him in one of those. And
okay, I mean he's gonna need to eat at some point unless you've got tubes and stuff.
Just gravy. Just throw gravy in there.
Oh yeah, so if he just lays on his back and just
opens his mouth, filled with gravy.
Yeah, he looks like he's been eating nothing but that anyway. So
pizza, you know, he's like Pizza Land. Was it Pizza Land he went to?
Was it? I feel like it wasn't Pizza Land.
Pizza Express.
Express. Yes.
There you go.
You would have go to Pizza. Do they even have Pizza Land anymore?
Now I'm showing my age, innit?
You are.
I think there's probably one in like Marble Arch, you know, dark corner. You know what?
Pizza Land is like Lego World's Stickle Bricks world. You know what I mean? It's really gay, man, are they?
It's not a real world. It's not, in case you thought it was, Mike. It's not a real world.
I didn't think it was. So I'll just say.
Okay, I just wanted to clear that
we
up.
have been confirmed. Yes, it's Pizza Express.
Pizza Express.
Yeah.
See,
in Woking.
That's it, you know. So he was, you know. So he knows them. They're easily.
Who would have thought years ago, like if, like, let's say, a time traveller came up to you in year 2000 and said, right, 2022, yes. Pizza Express, Woking, Prince Andrew, paedophile, sex trafficking. It's all going to be connected, and then he disappears. You'd think this guy...
I wouldn't know what... I wouldn't have any context for what this means. It's just like you've just randomly come up to me, a man I've never met before,
just remember,
a load of facts at me.
Pizza Express, paedophiles.
Why am I print this. Pizza. I'd be terrified of Pizza Express from that point on.
It's like, what's on this pizza?
Exactly. Oh my god. I know that their stocks would plummet. You know what I mean? Can you imagine any business being associated with the word paedophile?
Oh god,
it doesn't help.
Well, to thank Prince Andrew for that now. But I mean, but it's not even the paedophile thing. It's just the fact that this girl was like 17 and he was like however old, and then there's a photo which he kind of indicated that may have been faked, but now that this trial's happened, it doesn't matter anymore.
Doesn't matter. See,
there's your money. There's your money.
There's your money. So we'll just pretend it never happened, until after the Jubilee.
Oh, apparently, and also an update on the news. Anne-Marie says Jazane Maxwell still has a black book of peds to come yet.
Ooh.
So, do you reckon she actually has? If that's like engraved on the front of a leather
book of
my little black book of peds. I don't
book
think
of peds.
Yeah.
Oh, that's where the money is, Mike.
Paying for that to be printed might just draw more attention to.
Yeah, I mean, I'm assuming you'd have that done in house. You'd have a specialist. You wouldn't just.
You'd have a specialist engraver
in Staples or something. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You're not gonna just get it done.
Vistaprint.
They're not gonna like that. You're gonna send up some flags.
Yeah,
there're gonna be some flags.
Let's not do that.
So but I mean,
want to keep an eye on this address.
But I think that book. I mean, I think that's the only thing that's probably keeping her alive right now. She's probably got it in like a safety deposit box somewhere, and they're like, if I accidentally have an accident, this is going out
I
to
feel
the
like
national press.
If I was I would have definitely used the book by now.
That's what I'm saying. She probably is.
How bad do things need to get?
Well, you remember what happened to Jeffrey Epstein, right?
Yeah.
So that's probably as bad as things are going to get for her.
Well, I think if you're already in prison now, then that isn't as
there's a difference between being in prison and being dead.
Yeah, in prison. But that's what happened
dead
to him.
In prison. Yes.
Yeah.
So she probably doesn't want that.
When you look at it, so wait, you've got a paid ring, right, or some sort of sex trafficking ring.
Right.
You've got the guy who was like already convicted of it. He dies in in prison whilst on suicide watch. His girlfriend gets convicted, and the royal prince, who's mates with them both, and went to chill with the guy after he'd been convicted.
Yes.
He goes to trial, and somehow £12 million
appears and then it just takes care of it, just goes away.
Makes you wonder. I mean, the Queen, she's kind of obviously quite powerful then. I mean,
oh yeah.
You know what I was thinking about the other day?
What's that?
Like, you know, swans, yeah? Apparently she owns all the swans.
Yes.
So if I like walk down the road and I get beat up by a swan, does that mean like she's got to pay me some money?
No, it'd be an honour, Mike. You've been beaten up by one of the Queen's sons. No,
seriously, she owns that, because if you go out there and slap a swan,
I don't think
he has a really bad day, that's like the final straw, and then he just kills
takes
himself.
He just takes it out on you, or
he gets hurt. All right, let's say
the swan gets hurt.
Yeah, let's say me and this swan get into it, right? I say something, I'm a Republican or whatever, and he doesn't like it. All right, so no,
it's a political thing. Is what you're saying? Yeah. He doesn't like your views.
Yeah, you know what I mean? He doesn't like it. He's like, nah, listen, I'm for the Queen, she owns all of us, and we're all happy with that.
And why are you rocking the boat?
Yeah, exactly. And I'm like, nah, man, you gotta get free, man. It's not how things should be. And then he gets really defensive, and then we get into it, and he obviously loses.
It's a bit of a tussle.
Yeah,
so he loses picking, the fight. You go for the neck. Is that what you're saying?
Of course, the weak point.
The weak point.
Yeah.
All right. So
I mean, that is probably a lot stronger than I think it is.
I'm thinking that the wing would get in the way before you get to the neck. I feel like you'd reach out for the neck. Bam! He's gone straight in with the wing, broke your arm, and now you've got one arm left. Maybe he wasn't counting on the second arm.
I'll just take out his beak.
But he's still got
beak,
reach.
What is he?
But he's still got two wings.
He's just a bird with no face. All right. So
yeah, anyway. But he's going crazy at this point, Mike. You've got his beak. The
point is, I've won.
You've just won. What about all his swan mates? They wouldn't get involved.
They weren't there at the time.
They didn't want none of this.
So anyway,
who else wants
fast forward? Swan. If I mash up a swan, I could go to prison.
Probably,
I'm sure it's illegal. You're not allowed to hurt swans. I mean, you're not really allowed to hurt any animals, really.
No.
So
but I mean, if you intentionally went out and murdered a swan,
then you
go to prison.
You go to prison.
Yeah.
But if I get hurt by a swan,
I feel like this is like animal abuse versus self-preservation argument again from last week. I feel like if it's a swan, No, leave it alone. Swan with a switchblade. Oh, now it's 50-50.
Okay,
I don't know what's going on.
I'm not
there.
sure if
it's looking at you funny. It's been following you. You know what I mean? It's like that one. It's like a Death Wish opening scene. You know what I mean? He's followed you home. He's got to come with his swan mates. They're waiting for you to leave. They're going to do the home invasion
of the Equalizer.
This is when he's going to be in
some swans get into the lift.
Get into a lift. You realise far too many swans for one lift. Doors are shutting. There's only a limited amount of time to get out. You know what I mean?
One's got sunglasses with a coat on. So you know there's something up.
The light in the lift is already flickering. It's not looking well.
Okay.
You've got a few floors to go.
One of them turns around and says, I'll cut you.
That's it. Free up that bag, Granddad. Take it easy. You know what I mean?
Alright, so I get into beef with Swan. I hurt the Swan. I go prison. But if I get hurt by a Swan, what, Queen doesn't step in? Nothing?
What's the Queen supposed to do?
She owns the Swan. She's responsible for all the Swan. They're all like under her.
Maybe it's like a Swan's going to do what a Swan's got to do. You know what I mean? You can't. It's
a
wild
Swan's
animal.
got more rights than I have.
It's the right to be a Swan. Yeah, that's what swans do.
Yeah, no one's stopping you from being a Swan.
Exactly. The part of being a Swan
and no
is
Swan has ever
erratic.
walked down the road and someone says, "Stop being a Swan."
Well,
no,
that's what I'm
right then.
But if the Swan attacks you, that's what swans do, isn't it?
Are they known for attacking people?
I think they are actually. They can be a bit spiteful. I mean, you don't want to get too close to them.
So she's responsible for this spiteful.
Well, you're not supposed to approach them. That's the thing.
Okay. So,
I mean, if they come running at you.
So you're saying she's got an army, essentially?
No, I didn't say army. You've said army. Are you trying to
aggressive avian army?
She's got a posse. Is that what you're saying, Mike?
Yeah, an all-white posse.
All-white posse. Oh,
swans.
There you go. Coincidence? I don't know.
You be the judge. Just saying.
Are they also wearing Dr. Martens, Mike?
They don't need to.
They don't need to.
Their feet are Dr. Martens.
Predisposed to
I think
having
they got
Dr.
black
Martens.
feet, haven't they?
I think so.
Or are they?
Am I thinking about geese now?
I don't know.
I thought they had like yellow. You know what? It doesn't matter. I mean,
doesn't matter.
I'm not going to get close enough to find out, am I?
Yeah. You don't want to.
You know what I mean? I would have got headbutted by then, something like that. They'd be kicking me in. You know what I mean? Kicking me head in on the floor.
Actually, Amaria just sent us a picture of a swan. Funny enough, none of the swans in this picture have feet. So,
don't want you to see the Dr. Martens, Mike. That's what it is.
That's
concealed weapons.
Okay, but it also says the fact swans belong to the crown means that anyone who injures or kills one could be prosecuted.
Treason, Mike.
Treason.
There you go.
Off with his head.
Yes.
Taking a swan could also be classed as theft. From who?
Who's taking a swan?
Wait, if look, that doesn't make sense.
But you know what? I think that because like you get homeless people who are hungry and they'll be like,
they're not eating swans.
We're gonna get a swan. We're having a swan.
Tell you what,
Christmas.
Yeah.
We can't afford turkey, but next best thing.
We'll just grab one of those swans.
Me and Barry going down Ard Park. Right, we've got a net we made from bin liners. Seen a couple of healthy swans. We're going in, mate. We're going in. Get that garbage bin fire roaring. All right. We're gonna see, like Jack's gonna see if he can get some spuds from the bins at Tesco's, and we're gonna have ourselves a night at Christmas dinner.
All right. That sounds like a plan.
Sounds like a plan. So they run into the park with their bin liner net and try and grab as many swans as they can. It's a fight. Swans aren't going down easily. You know what I mean? There's wings are flying, feathers everywhere. People getting pecked. Oh, it's terrible. Fingerless gloves everywhere. And then they get one, and then on their way out, what happens? They bump into a couple of policemen. It's not looking good.
That looks like a swan, Sancho.
No. It is.
Let me see his boots.
That's how you can tell. You know what I mean? They're monogrammed. You know what I mean? It's got
there you go. Look
at the royal crest on them.
On each toe, it says Dr. Martens.
Dr. Martens. That's how they know. And then you go prison. That's it. Swan theft.
Apparently so. Yeah, it could be seen as classed as theft. Killing or injuring one could be classed as criminal damage.
You see, now again, that's not one of the best kind of sentences to go into prison with.
What, criminal? Yeah, because I did criminal damage.
Criminal damage. Well, I went in there. I did damage criminally.
What did you damage?
I didn't care.
I damaged royalty.
Right. Well, I don't know if that's going to go down well in prison.
Wait, you're not
a royalist, are you? Yeah, we are.
Right.
We're at Her Majesty's pleasure. Yeah, so am I. Love it.
So that's why I did it.
That's what I was trying to bring the Swan back. I was taking it on a day trip. We went Fort Park. Wait, get away from me! It's like, no, it's already too late.
And also we're getting more facts.
People
they're very territorial. While you're not going to end up with a broken arm, you're likely to end up with an encounter with a hissing, aggressive bird if you get too close. Yeah,
it's like the usual damn local work. Sorry.
The carry on.
It never ends. I was brought up in the wrong time. What can I say?
All right. This is particularly bad during breeding season. Okay, so noted. So don't mess with those horny swans.
Lots of horny hissing birds during mating season.
Swans can reach the grand old age of 20, which is pretty good for animals. What, all animals?
All animals? I'm sure that's not a good
That's
age.
A bit vague. That's a bit broad, isn't it? Well, that's pretty good for an animal. Have you thought about how the breadth of the animal kingdom?
I think if there was like,
you've got sharks that can live for like 500 years and shit. That's an animal. You didn't think about that when you wrote this, did you?
Well, I guess if you're talking about domestic house pets, apart from the tortoise, that's pretty much the lifespan.
A swan isn't a house pet, though, is it?
No, but it's the same size. That's what I'm saying.
As a what?
As a traditional house pet.
As a tortoise?
No, as a house pet. I said apart from tortoises.
I was going to say, because a
traditional house pet is only going to live for around that time.
Yeah, well, about 20 years. Yeah, I guess so.
I mean, even them giant tortoises, they live for 60 years.
they can live for 200 years, isn't it?
Well, yeah, there you go.
I'm not sure if they're the size of a swan. The swan's wingspan can be 8 feet.
Yeah, but it's all compact. It's in the shell, Mike. That's what I'm saying.
So you say
pound for pound.
So you
could, if you weighed a swan and you weighed a tortoise,
a tortoise is obviously going to be heavy.
That's what I'm saying.
One does fly, so there is that.
One carries its house with it everywhere.
Doesn't need a house.
It doesn't need one. It has one. One doesn't need to fly, but it does. So it's the animal kingdom. You can't tell what it needs. It doesn't need.
That's why he's flying about.
Why is the swan flying? Where's it going?
He ain't got no home.
It doesn't need to
it's
fly.
Always looking.
It's always looking, but can never afford.
The
price is too high.
That's what I'm saying.
Can't get on the property ladder. That's what you're saying. No, I just feel that the weight is the same, so it's pound for pound. If you were to take a tortoise and
stick some swan wings. Go on, please continue with this horrific Frankensteinian experiment that you're about to unleash onto the world.
I'm just saying, the same weight. There's the same mass. There. So if you
is it? Have you seen a giant tortoise?
I have, yes.
Tortoise before.
And I'm sure that if you took one and you manipulated it to look like a swan, right, it would still be around the same size.
That hard shell would fashion that into wings.
Yeah.
And then just throw it out of a plane and see what happens.
It doesn't have to fly. We just want it to look the same. That's what I'm saying. It'd be like that film Tusk, where the guy gets turned into
yeah.
You know what I mean?
How do you think he would fare up against other walruses?
Probably not that
good.
Yeah,
you know when they have that walrus fight on the beaches.
Yeah, but this is just
always
to prove
on
a
rocks
point
as well.
You know what I mean? I'm just trying to say, it would be. I'm not saying it would be able to pass as a swan. I'm just saying there's enough matter contained within a giant tortoise.
I think you're really trying hard to.
If it was made of Play-Doh, right, you could manipulate.
So completely different material from what it's actually made from.
You could manipulate it to look like a swan.
So if we ignore time, space,
forget about the tortoise. We get a swan, right?
Yeah.
Get a tortoise shell, hollowed out, obviously. I bet you'd be able to fit a swan inside the tortoise shell.
This is what we're talking. This is what possibly. I mean, if you're talking about some sort of prehistoric tortoise, which was probably about 18 feet tall,
I don't think it needs to be that big. I think if the swan would have to, curl its neck back, tuck it under, so it can get in, and then it just
I think there's way too much work going into this.
The shell's on hinges, yeah? You open it up like a suitcase.
This is a monstrosity.
You put the swan in, you feed one arm through, right, one side, and then and the legs stick out the back. Then you close it back, and you'd have to fasten it with something because obviously it might fly back open. But then I reckon if you took that, put it on a scale, it would weigh the same as a giant tortoise.
Yeah, you will never be able to prove that. But we have got a picture of someone being attacked by a swan. So that's
just as good. That's just as good. I think we all need to see that.
Yep. A tortoise. Okay, wait. A tortoise has a bite. This is from Asher. Has a bite as strong as a lion or tiger.
No,
the swan isn't winning. Sorry. Wait. More powerful than a lion.
More powerful than a lion.
I feel like I would have heard about that.
You know what it is? They don't have any like teeth. It's a beak, isn't it? It's like, if they have teeth, it's like a fine line of like ridged edges. I don't think it's
You know what it probably is?
What's that?
Maybe your whole tortoise shell. Maybe all the muscles in that shell linked to its beak.
Wait,
and that's it. There's
the
nothing
shells
else.
Have muscles?
No, underneath the shell. It's just all muscle.
It's just all muscle powering the beak. You know what I mean? So it's essentially just like a...
They can't move much, can they? They're slow. So
I guess
what do you reckon's in that shell? I think it's just all what?
I thought it was just like stomach and stuff, just full of grass.
No, it's stomach
and bits of banana.
What do they eat again?
It's like fruit and veg and stuff. I don't know. I mean, I don't follow tortoises around, but I know they're not eating like pizza. It's got to be like, you know, veg and stuff.
I guess so, but apparently their shell can also take 1,000 pounds of pressure. Yeah, so your tortoise monstrosity is not flying anywhere.
He wasn't meant to fly. He was just meant to weigh the same as a tortoise.
You'd have to hollow out half of his stomach, apparently. So there's
that's what I'm saying. You'd open it up like a suitcase, take the tortoise out.
This sounds horrific.
All right, it's going to be messy. I'm not going to lie to you, but the whole point is you want to get the swan inside the shell so you can weigh it, and then see, it's the same. Or simply just take the tortoise out, weigh the tortoise.
Right? What are you? Imagine you was in a Dragon's Den and you tried to explain this to someone. All right.
And we're looking for 25%. We're not. Look,
you know the security guard that is standing behind you. Turn around. Oh, you don't. Oh, okay.
I'll go. Imagine, if you will. Sorry, can I start again?
Maybe we won't hollow out the tortoise first of all.
Have you ever wondered how much a tortoise weighs? What we propose, we take a swan and a tortoise, and with our new invention, we'll be able to weigh the difference between a tortoise and a swan.
You would be.
We're only looking for 12 million.
And that's why the Queen gave her son.
There you go.
It's got nothing to do with Virginia
Jeffrey. It was all about swans, Mike.
He just wants to create some weird swan tortoise hybrid.
Yes. Then we'll see.
Yeah.
Now you got yourself a posse. There you go.
Okay. Yeah. That'll be interesting. But yeah, I don't know. I think that whole situation with Andrew hasn't painted him so well.
None of this has painted it well. Not one part of this has made you look at him and think he is better.
But this is the thing. He's actually. This was the best plan.
This was the only plan.
This was the saving face plan. So
I mean, what else could he have done? Because he knew. I mean, maybe
I
not
would have loved to
initially,
have seen him in court though.
But that was the thing. He probably thought, I'll go there. I'll tell them what the truth is, and they'll just believe me. And then he realised that, no one's buying that shit. So you go there, and you know what? They'll probably just find you guilty. So
I'm too honourable.
That's it. It's like, well, this PR team is like, Andrew, this is not going to work. You need to call this whole thing off. Do whatever you can, because if you go in that court, it's not going to end well for you.
It's over.
So it's like, we need to do damage control right now. And it's like, oh, bloody hell. Okay, what do you suggest? So it's like, all right, you're not going to like this. 12 million. 12 bloody million? Sorry, just doing that layer cake thing.
only saw. I mean,
I didn't. Pizza Express. This is our stir
Pizza Land.
That wasn't even in business. What are you talking about? The franchise is shut down before. But so but they must have been like, you can't go ahead. You
can't.
This is the only way out is to.
But it seems like
pay for
a lot of it was hinging on the party. I mean, I don't know what sort of party they're having for the Queen. I haven't actually paid enough.
I'm assuming they're hoping for a non-tarnished one.
Yeah. less the QZ of the rapey sort of party.
It's ruining the party vibe. Pedos and rape. No one wants.
It's like, look, we've got balloons. Don't need.
You know what I mean? Queen's going to do a bogle in a minute. It's going to ruin it. So no one's going to want to party with. Can you imagine that? Being at a party, everyone's enjoying it.
And then Prince Andrew walks into the room.
It's going to be like one of them westerns when someone walks into the saloon that's never been there before.
I did see a meme on Twitter the other day. I can't remember how I mentioned it. It was like, when you turn 100, you get a letter from the Queen.
Yeah.
When you turn 17, you get a call from Prince Andrew. I was like, wow. I was like, that's
not helping him.
But apparently they want to take away his Duke title.
Okay.
He's the Duke of York, innit?
Yes.
Like
I'm just.
So apparently, now they don't want him to have that in his title anymore.
So they're going to strip him of that now. So,
well, I think no. Apparently, it's not up to the Queen to do that.
Oh,
it's something to do with the Parliament or something like that.
Is it the Parliament? I thought it was like the monarchy.
Yeah. No, she took away his Royal Highness.
Okay.
The HRH.
Oh, it must have been tough. You can't. Who's going to believe you?
No longer be called His Royal Highness. You will just be called Andrew.
Andrew?
That's a peasant's name.
It's a peasant's name. You know what I mean? So he's called Andy. You're Andy.
Andy.
You know what I mean? You sounds like someone that no one respects.
Like Andy Phillips. What's that? Peters. That's
Andy Pete. Oh,
who was the other Andy?
Andy Crane.
Andy Crane. Just like him.
He was a bit more respectable, but Andy Peters, he was just there.
Yeah, well, not anymore. He's all muscled up.
That's not fooling anyone, Andy. Yeah. Anyone can go to the gym, but I feel like he
has been.
Yeah,
consistently.
But I feel like if Ice Cube walked up to Andy Peters, do you think Ice Cube's going to be intimidated by Andy Peters, Mike?
Probably not. But do you think Andy Peters could beat Ice Cube in an arm wrestle?
Well, that's different though. That's controlled situation.
I think we need to see
that. Are we doing an arm wrestle or are we taking it to the street arm wrestle?
Oh, come on. We all know how that's going to go on the street.
I can just imagine him turning up in a colourful shirt, Mike.
Unless it's like Old Compton Street or something like that, then it'll be different.
Well,
but I mean,
yeah.
I mean,
there'll be different kind of arm wrestle. There'll be different kind of wrestle, Mike.
Yeah, but the thing is, and we all know who would win. But in an arm wrestle, I think Andy Peters might win.
You reckon?
Might.
You reckon Andy Peters would beat Ice Cube in an arm wrestle?
I feel like I might regret saying this. I could just foresee some future point I might actually bump into Ice Cube.
And he will have heard the show.
So, yeah, I know who Andy Peters is, man.
Think I don't know Andy Peters?
Yeah, just a joke, Mr. Cube.
I watch CITV. I was going live. I know all that.
No, we wouldn't call him Ice Cube because when you think of Ice Cube, you say, okay, we have a competition between O'Shea Jackson and Andy Peters. It sounds more equal.
Yeah, any of the other O'Sheas, because clearly, easily mistaken. Easily.
Yeah.
So,
but he's got some big old biceps on him.
I feel like they might start.
I'm sure Ice Cube's bicep is as solid as Andy Peters' bicep.
Yeah, he's got a different kind of energy running through. I feel like they'd square up, right? It'd be like a big event, you know what I mean? There'd be crowds, there'd be sponsorship, they'd have a big arm wrestling table in the middle, in this corner, and then all of that would go on, and Andy Peters would walk up to his theme tune of "Why Can't We Be Friends?" Something like that, you know what I mean? Something non-threatening, you know what I mean? The Macarena or something, and then Ice Cube comes in, obviously, straight out of Compton, comes up, right? And they say, right, you grab your little handle, whatever, to steady yourself. Slamming, palm against palm.
And then Andrew said,
it's like over the top.
Hand.
Does he say it like that? He doesn't have to say it like, why
he's won.
He say I'll wash your socks for you. Yeah, man. So they grab hands and it's like, you know what I mean? And he's like, Ice Cube's giving him the stare. He's not breaking eye contact. He's giving him the stare. I reckon Andy Peters would crumble.
I don't think so. I think Andy would stare right back at him
with a little bit of a wry smile.
Yeah.
We're holding hands.
It's like, I always knew this would happen, and so did you. And he'd win. He'd get inside his mind. Ice Cube wouldn't be able to take it.
But then,
I don't like all this, man. And he's too much masculinity within Ice Cube.
Yeah, he'd feel like even if he won, he would have lost somehow. You know what I mean? I think Andy Peters would be like, I just went to the toilet and I didn't wash my hands.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like,
no! I just went to the toilet.
I just went to the toilet. Don't worry.
I went to the toilet earlier today. And that's it.
Just leave it at that. I just want you to envision that. Think about me.
Just think about what could have happened
in the toilet.
between then and now.
Yeah.
And now I'm here. Holding
with
your
possibly unwashed hands. They're very warm, aren't they? Clammy almost. Moist. Why is Ice Cube listening to this? He's like, come on, man, start the goddamn album rest of the competition.
Yeah, he would be able to handle it. So he'll get in his mind and that'll be it. I'm sure this won't revisit us at any point.
No, I'm sure.
We'll have an angry Ice Cube.
Who's to know? Maybe they could have an arm wrestle for charity. I'm sure Ice Cube would be down for that.
Okay, I'll leave that for you to arrange it.
I will. I'm sure I'm going to get on the phone after the show, phone up Ice Cube, say, oi, Cube, deal of a lifetime. Gig for you. Yeah?
You don't worry about that. Yeah.
Yes, he knows him. Of course he does.
My homie.
We down, man. We chilling. What's up? Like, yeah, well, talk some smack. No, I wouldn't. straight away. No, but yeah, I reckon people would pay to see that.
Okay. All right. I'm realizing that we've gotten pretty far on into the show, and we still haven't had that special time.
Oh my god!
Week.
Really? All right.
So
we need to.
I am going to turn down the music, and I'm not going to sabotage your talent.
Why the pause?
I was trying to think of a word.
Every week is always going to be the same way.
I've got to think about it. I'm a thinking man.
You're a saboteur.
Cerebral
is what you are. Sir.
Cerebral.
No,
I don't just open my mouth and
words, letters.
Yeah, noises. All right,
5, number 5.
All right, so it is that time. So the music is down.
Okay,
I leave it all up to you,
right,
Maestro.
Thank you. It's that time of the week when you know that you got to creep.
Just a special
every week. Seriously, you can't just let me get through it.
You said creep, and I just started thinking the whole Prince Andrew thing, and I thought it was like a special edition.
No,
it's, all right, okay.
Why? I can't just get through 1 week of just doing the theme tune.
I guess not.
I'm as shocked as you are, Dave. I don't know what it is. It just enrages me. I see. Fine. Anyway,
I try.
I'm going back to can I?
Yes.
Thank you. Back to the question of the week. It's for the brave, not the meek. Don't worry about Mike interrupting, because now it's time for the question of the week. See what I did there? I rhymed interrupting with week. I changed it up from last week.
I'm glad you did.
Yeah.
That actually rhymed. But,
well, there was the same word.
I mean, interrupting and week don't actually rhyme. But I like the fact that you're trying to do things differently.
It's the way you say it. It's the intention behind it.
Okay, so the words don't actually have to rhyme at all.
I don't think so. I think it makes it more fun. It's abstract, Mike. Yeah?
Yes.
Abstract.
Gets
you thinking.
Abstract, as in not actually having any sort of tonal.
It's free form. It's
right. It's just like random words then.
It could be. However you want to interpret it. Anyway.
Okay. Sorry. Question of the week. So, question of the week now, because we've been talking about the whole, Tinder and the dating thing. Yeah.
I want to know from the listeners and also from you, Mike, about chat up lines. Now, what I mean by that is because on this Tinder, I think it's already
well, you're advertising yourself.
Yeah,
it's like, here's my picture. This is what I do.
Yeah,
you know what it is.
We don't need to dispense with the chat up lines. I mean, maybe they have a little banter back and forth, but back in the day, when you wanted to hook up with someone, you wanted to meet someone, you had to get out there. You had to do the legwork.
Had to do that because you were the guy.
I'm sure we all had our moments, Mike. I mean, we would, I remember you macking it certain times and like, oh my god,
When did that ever happen?
It happened.
Oh well, my approach. There was no approach.
Maybe that was the approach. It seemed like there was an approach, but it was like you were like a criminal mastermind. It was all
yes, I had a
puppet master pulling the strings
and everything.
Yeah,
you're right.
But my question is, what is the worst chat up line that you've ever used or you've overheard someone using? Maybe someone used it on you. You know what I mean? So if you're out there and you have one of the, oh my god, I can't believe this happened. Yeah, somebody said this. Or I can't believe I said that. And you know what I mean? We want to hear from you. We want to understand your pain. You know what I mean? We want to kind of put this under a microscope, because I don't understand why people aren't doing this anymore. I mean, yes, it was embarrassing at certain points, but at least you felt like you went out there, you took charge. You know what I mean? You seized the day, rather than hiding behind an app and swiping and saying, oh, yeah, I like you, but it's the app said I like you. I didn't actually say it, but you've agreed. So it's kind of like, yeah, dispense with that. You kind of found a loophole. It's not the same. It doesn't, to me, it wouldn't feel the same.
No, it wouldn't. I mean,
you know?
It's clearly not marketed towards us.
No, I like the idea of it, you know? Now, I mean, all right, when I was a younger man, I was out there, Mike. I was trying. I was, you know.
Yeah, but I mean,
moves.
you would just try and make, you know, you'll make the best of the situation. It's like, okay, this is what I would call from you. You would, a situation may arise. We may be somewhere, and it's like, okay, I may never see this girl again.
Yes.
So I'm going to try and at least initiate some sort of conversation.
Yes.
And you usually would be like, hey, hi, introduce your name.
Yeah.
And then
I'm on some smooth.
Which was a big, but I mean, and that could often make the girl think, oh, that's quite nice. He's not just saying, yeah, give me your number. All right.
That very rarely works. I mean, it depends on the girl. But
it depends on the girl. Yeah. I mean, yeah.
I feel like if I approached a girl, I was like, yeah, give me your number, and she did, I wouldn't know what to do. At that point, I wouldn't know what she'd expect from me next. I didn't expect this to work.
I know.
I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm not that guy. I really didn't expect this to work, and I'd like to back out now if I can, please. I'm sorry. No, just walk away.
Yeah. But, well, you was always braver than I. But I mean, I did see something that made me laugh. You just reminded me of this. It was in a well-known coffee establishment.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is this recently?
About 3-4 years ago.
Okay.
But I remember standing in the queue,
and
some guy tried to initiate a conversation with this woman.
Okay.
But she'd been in the queue, and me and this guy walked in at the same time, but he kind of edged in front of me because I was taking my time what I was going to do. So he edged in front of me, and I guess she was attractive or whatever. I can't even remember what the hell she looked like. I just remember the look of this stain on her face afterwards. But because she must have picked up a sandwich and some couple of other things, and so did he.
Okay.
And then he turned to her and he's like, oh yeah, I love having one of these in the morning as well. And he just said it in this.
Does he say? Was he breathing so hard?
He just said it in this weird way, and she just kind of looked at him. It's like, what did you say to me? And he was.
Did he have his trousers zipped?
He did. No, I'm pretty sure. No, and his hands were in his front. No, it wasn't anything like that.
Yeah.
Because I like one of these in the morning as well. And she just looks, what?
Oh, you misread the rules.
Yeah. And the thing, I can't remember what he tried to say after. He's like, no, I meant the sandwich or something like that. And she's like,
nope, damage has been done.
No, yeah.
You're digging your own grave, man.
And, he's like, and he could see he just looked down, didn't know what to do.
Oh, leave. Forget the coffee.
But what was good is that he'd already ordered the coffee.
So he had to wait for his order.
And her coffee hadn't been finished yet.
Come on, seriously.
Are you telling me? All three of us had to stand there.
You're in this man's shoes, right? You've made a play, it's gone terribly wrong, and you've got a coffee coming.
I would have done the Bill Murray Kingpin run out that door.
Really? How much is a coffee, really? Is it really worth your dignity?
Probably close to £3.
£3. So that's what your dignity is worth. They're basically
absolutely. And it's like waiting for his sandwich to be warmed up as well, isn't it?
A sandwich? He really went in with the order.
Yeah, because it's like the morning thing. So you buy coffee and you get your little sandwich.
No, man. You should have made sure you had your items. And the way they do it in this
establishment, it's like you pick your sandwich and you say, yeah, can I have a mocha, please? Or something. Can I have a latte or whatever? So they got staff making the latte and stuff. What do they call the coffee making people? Baristas, yeah. Like it's a real job. No, I'm joking. I'm sure.
They're very well respected.
I'm sure it's not the machine doing all the work. Look, I want to see you grinding some coffee, man. I want to see you peeling the coffee.
You want to see some like proper, rustic.
That's what I want to see. Yeah,
they're grinding it. They've got like a pestle and mortar.
That's what I want to see.
Oh wow!
You know what I mean,
has it been like?
But do they have that back there? No, just see some metal thing in the background
with levers and
just
steam.
Making noises.
That's it, and that makes it all worthwhile.
Apparently so. Yeah. So anyway, we had to wait there, and he just was very awkward because I remember.
So was the girl still looking at him? Or?
No, she just kind of looked. She's like, "What did you say?" No.
I'm getting a text.
And it was just like failure.
Phone.
And she just kind of just. and then just kind of turned away from him.
See, that's the.
And
that's
I remember
the thing.
I looked. We were very close to each other, stood in the queue.
Yes. So did
And
you?
I remember I looked because I could hear all of it.
That's
and
the
I kinda,
painful
and I saw
figure.
him look slightly to the side to me, and then he's like, "Okay, now there's embarrassment," and he just looked down.
Why is he looking?
And
around?
then she just kind of looked at me as if to say, "He's disgusting, isn't he?" Or some shit like that.
So what did you do, Mike? Did you corroborate?
No. I just looked straight ahead.
I don't want to be here any more than anybody else does. We're all equally uncomfortable with this situation.
I just remember this. I can't remember what happened, but all I remember, it was just being very awkward, and we were there for quite a while waiting for our food.
He should have just left for the sake of, not even for himself, everybody else involved.
We're being asked. So where are your best chat up lines, guys?
Wait, why is this backfired on us? You guys are supposed to be telling us chat up lines.
We put this out to you, but yeah, Amory wants to know.
Does she?
Yes,
I bet she does.
She does.
I don't have any chat up lines. Why would I be chatting anyone up, Mike?
No, I can vouch for him. He was too busy going to church, if you believe any of that. All right, so
don't forget about the orphan children, Mike. Helping out at that soup kitchen for orphans.
I'm trying to think
in between church.
I never had lines because I didn't really believe in that. I couldn't believe that there's a line that would just magically work like abracadabra on someone. You know what I mean?
Is that how you saw it working?
Well, the way people was like, chat up lines. I'm like, what lines? I haven't heard about these lines.
The magical lines.
Any lines I can think of don't seem to be appropriate for this moment. You know what I mean?
I guess it's one of them ones. I mean, it's funny when you talk about chat up lines. I don't know if I had chat up lines. All right, a chat up line to me would be something that's kind of a bit of a joke as well, breaks the ice. You know what I mean? That kind of something silly. You know it's silly.
Okay, yeah.
Just to break the ice, and then it gets that person laughing, and then you know what I mean? You're a bit more familiar with them. But I don't think it's like, well, you got your coat, love, you pulled. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Is that a mirror in your pocket? Because I think I can see myself in them. Oh,
no. You see,
me.
I can't see any girl fall if I don't.
You have to deliver it like it's rubbish. You know what I mean? It's like, who's that guy that tells all the jokes? Like Tim Vine, where he just constant one-liners, something like that. But if you go up there and you're like, what's your favourite colour? Then it's going to be, what? Not you, him. What? You know what I mean? And it just gets worse and worse. But no, I don't think.
Can you think of a chat up line that you've used?
Oh my gosh.
I doubt if you could, because it would always be unique to the situation.
Yeah. And I mean, so long ago now, but even then it was just mainly just trying to start a conversation with. I think that's the most awkward part of it. It's trying to start a conversation with a complete stranger. That's the most awkward thing.
Yeah, I remember you made me do that once. We went. I'll just break down this quick short story before the end of the show. But back in the day, David was like the king of the chirps.
No.
Right?
No.
Let me rephrase that. You were just a bit. No, you were definitely a bit more confident.
A little more confident.
A little more confident, but you definitely gave the impression that, you know what, nothing's going to happen unless you try. That was the sort of the approach. Was it. And I was like, I'd just rather wait for shit to happen and fall in my lap.
Yes, but it did though. That was the most frustrating thing. Oh my god.
Okay, we're not gonna do that. We're not gonna do that now.
We'll save that for another show.
Yeah,
it did.
Not. All right, so
it's raining chicks in your lap.
No, anyway, well, different approach. Anyway, but the point is, I would be a bit more patient than you would. So you would just go up and talk to people. You know what I mean?
So I would just talk to people.
Right, you would talk to girls. You'll say you could be walking down the road and she'll be walking the other way, and you'll just say, "Hey, can I just quickly talk to you for a second?" But it'd be very polite and whatnot. And I was like very aware of how much I'm imposing on their space, and this is probably unwanted attention. So I would always be in that mindset. But there's one day you said, "No, man, you got to go on chirps." Yeah. So you picked out a woman. We were standing in the middle of Leicester Square, and you picked out a woman who was clearly waiting for her date. And I'm like, okay, she's waiting for someone. And you're like,
but you would say that though.
Yeah, I know would say that, and I was right. But the point is, you said, "No, we're not going to back out of this, we're going to do it." So I went up there, and there was a good lesson in this.
Okay.
Because the fear of rejection was clearly a bigger issue in my mind than it actually was. But it just went south pretty much straight. I was like, "Hi, how you doing?" She's like, "Yeah, I'm alright." I was like, "Oh, can I just ask her, are you waiting for someone? She's like, yes, I am. Well, that's the end of that then, isn't it? And
But you see,
yeah, it just went south straight away. But I realised, I was already in it, and it's like, okay, well, you know what?
But you see,
whatever. It doesn't matter. We're just having a conversation.
That's what I'm saying.
And that was the lesson, because I came away from it and I was like, that wasn't that bad.
Yeah, but that's it. So I think, you know, that's one thing I kind of miss about how things are done now, because very rarely do you see
it. And the thing is, it's about convenience, isn't it? I mean, you think about how much stuff is geared up towards consumerism and just having it now.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. So,
well, you know what it is, because I mean, I was in Lidl's a while back, and I saw a young guy approach a woman. I mean, the woman was clearly older than him, and obviously, but he did it, and I was like,
well done, young man.
Yeah, blatantly, I felt like, you know what I mean. And this is Lidl's. This woman's in the queue, and he came up to her and he's like, yeah, can I get your number? Whatever he said to her, and she turned around and said, I'm married. And he went, all right, and he just left. And I was like, yeah, but he did it. You know what I mean? Now I don't see young guys doing that anymore. It's
don't need to just go straight into their phone. But you know what?
I'm saying? But that's,
they've got
me,
low verbal.
It's the coward's way, Mike.
Well, I think people nowadays, especially the younger generation, they've got, I don't want to put them all in one basket, but they've got a low verbal ability, lesser verbal abilities to manage certain situations, because their interactions are more online and stuff. I've seen videos back in the day. Is Snapchat still a thing?
I don't
know. Probably not. No, but I remember when it kind of popped up. I remember seeing one of my old colleagues, some young person, was showing me a Snapchat of someone responding to someone he had just been in a fight with.
He'd been in a fight?
Yeah, this
like
person he had a physical fight. He had a big gash on his head.
Oh, Jesus. All right.
But he was on Snapchat, sending his Snapchat to the person who'd obviously just bust his head open. Like, yes, you listen, man, I'm coming for you, blah, blah, blah. I was like,
well, for more beatings.
Yeah, I'm like, well, what? Wouldn't you say that to him now?
That's it. Like, he left. He was unconscious at the time.
Wait, he's not online. Wait. Yeah, now he's online. Yeah, listen, man. Yeah, message run out. Let me try again.
It's not going
along. How many times I've got to do this video? it's not
coming across how you want it to come across.
They do not know how to manage certain things.
I just feel like it's a lost art form. I think that's what it is. You know what I mean? When you see someone chat up somebody and it's done well, that's a work of art. That's
it's probably a thing now where it's like they probably want to know how many followers you got before they even entertain talking to you. Or
probably,
like
that. You've got to have a prerequisite. They've got to see your Instagram on your phone first.
4,000 followers. Waste man.
I don't even know what that means, but it sounds bad.
Yeah.
No, man. But yeah, so I just feel like, you know, that it's a lost art form. I'd like to see more of that. And then it's, you know what it is? It's confidence building as well. You know what I mean? If you can walk up to a complete stranger and not just introduce yourself, but get them to like you enough to give you their number and think about seeing you again, come on, man. You got to feel pretty good about yourself. Oh, yeah,
100%. But we live in a much more skeptical world now, isn't it?
Well, it's skeptical because it's everything is so guarded now. Everything's got to be backed up and safe, isn't it? So it's like, all right, I'm only going to talk to people who I know are looking for somebody. So you go on these apps and these sites where, you know, everybody's like-minded to a degree, and you don't know if you're their type or they're yours, but at least you know they're in the same market for the same thing.
Yeah,
you know, and then you can swipe these people without them knowing you're swiping and whatnot.
But it's the convenience. That's what
I'm saying. So, but there's no effort being put into it.
But if your point of reference has always been that, why would it be missed?
Well, the problem I see with it is if you put less effort into it, then you're going to appreciate it less. Easy come, easy go.
The only reason why you know that is because you have lived in a time where that wasn't an option.
No, yeah, true. I mean, but then I could have gone the other way. I could have just, you know, hopefully been lucky and like you and just waited for things to land in my lap.
That's not. No.
Well,
it's not luck.
It isn't luck. It's not luck, Todd. Well, whatever it is, you exude a certain kind of magnetism that women.
I was just more patient.
I don't think it was that, Mike. He was walking around looking like D'Angelo. Women found it irresistible.
That helped.
And you know, I mean, you were just, you know, I mean, he was in a monsoon. I was in the Sahara Desert. Look, I needed to form a rudimentary lave, Mike, to survive.
You were just a decade too late. All right, that's
for
all
what?
It was. Exactly.
Too late for what? I have to wait 10 years for what? No, I had to make something. I was like the 80, man. I was fashioning stuff like MacGyver, man.
Well, yeah. Well, it was sticking sometimes.
And lollipops. Yeah, but it was a lot of work.
Well, we've got probably our final text of the evening from Anne-Marie. She says, it will soon be the TV show called The One, where people will match by their DNA. That probably will happen.
Yes. Yeah.
You are genetically better compatible.
Yeah.
You won't have deformed children.
That's always a good...
You lot are second cousins.
Yeah. Well, that's always a good selling point. To start with that.
Yeah.
Not second cousins, no deformity. Listen, all right, let's see what else is going to come from that.
If you get together, your kids are going to have 7 heads. You know...
That's a deterrent. I think I'm gonna keep looking. You know what I mean? But I think I think I'd like to see more people interacting with each other outside.
I don't see it happening with all this metaverse stuff happening.
No,
I think
it's kind of geared to the opposite direction now, isn't it?
If anything, I think things are going to get really weird now. You know, I mean, even like, let's say like people get their kicks off of like porn back in the day, get a magazine off the top shelf or whatever, and then it'll be a DVD from a gentleman, purveyor of
adult material.
All right,
I'm a purveyor of filth.
You don't have to hang around looking for that guy with the bag.
You don't have to go to the shady shop.
Yeah.
I mean, with the trench coat.
Yeah, well,
you know,
I don't know what shop that is. But, usually there'll be
remember you used to have the sex shop. It was called the sex shop.
Well, usually, I mean, let's say about 10-15 years ago, there'd usually be like a South Asian guy with a plastic bag and several DVDs in it.
Oh, you're talking about those guys?
Yeah.
Oh, and yeah. Something for the weekend, sir.
Yeah. Not that accent, but we won't do it on this show.
Please don't. Maybe he went to school here, Mike. He was born in Southeast Asia, schooled in England, and that's why he's got the accent.
Where he amounted to be.
Well, he took a strange choice, but it's just something he does on the weekends.
I'll ignore English classes.
and everything else. He had a connection.
Okay,
that's what it was.
Straight for entrepreneurial studies.
It's got to start somewhere.
Okay.
Peddling filth out of a shopping bag.
Yeah. Get people what they want. What? All right. So anyway, we've moved on from those guys, and now you've got apps. So you can press a button.
Yeah.
You know, so I'm thinking, what's the next generation? So like, at the moment, people can just go and like buy videos online or watch them free or whatever. But
we got your fans only as well now, haven't you? So you can just
but I'm thinking with this metaverse stuff, right?
Okay.
All right, and they've got like the virtual reality suits, and you can like hear stuff and feel wind in the room. Can you
wind in the room?
See where I'm going with this?
Well, I'm sure they already have that stuff already.
They've got those sensory suits and all that.
You put the headset on, and you got the gloves, and you can like be fondling and whatnot, getting your rocks off.
Yeah. So I think you got your own like I don't know what's it OnlyFans channel. Yeah. All right, and it's just like YouTube. So you've got 12 million subscribers. You put on your suit. All right. Hey, I was just thinking about this. This is a new invention, guys. You need to listen to this.
12 million subscribers.
You got 12 million subscribers. All plugged in, and you can just tantalize a lot of them in your
Wait, will you be able to feel them through your suit?
No, you're giving pleasure to them. Maybe you got an on-off switch where you're like, hey, now for me, and now for you. Pleasure for me.
You don't want to switch it on to
I don't know, but I'm just saying.
Mauled. You'll be mauled.
Well, yeah.
Cyber mauled.
No, if it's your channel, you got to be able to, I guess there's there's some sort of modulation control.
Yes,
all right,
not full straight away.
Yeah,
there's got to be like grades. You can't just go full 17 million. There's and then you just get.
Apparently,
exploded.
This is happening because Anne-Marie does go on to say this is why Japan's baby boom is declining.
Oh yes,
right. So they're just like having online sex with them. Well,
they got the rubber dolls though, haven't they? The lifelike rubber dolls.
I wanted to go to Japan once.
What, for that?
Not anymore. That's what I'm saying. I started seeing too much stuff on it. Like all these people doing this weird stuff online, man. I'm like,
so, is that happening everywhere?
Yeah.
You know what? I'm okay.
That's the thing.
Just go to Greece again. That's fine.
Yeah.
You don't know what you're getting in. It's a different culture, Mike.
Yeah. Don't go on the internet.
Like it's there all the time.
Don't use any technology.
You can't even go on Google. It's like, it's tentacles everywhere.
You know what I mean? Boys, wait. I wouldn't be able to confidently go there and order a pot of noodles or something. I don't know if that's going to be a pot of noodles.
Because it's going to have a picture, but you're not going to know what the writing means. And it's going to have an ambiguous picture.
Yeah, and I'm going to open it and I'm like, these are not noodles. You know, it's got to be something else. It's got to be an animated. It's got to be
like an animated schoolgirl on there, and you're not sure. Is this?
I'm talking about in the jar.
Inside.
Yeah.
Oh, God knows what you're gonna see.
Yeah, that's the thing.
Yeah.
It's got to be some rubberized version of a body part that you don't want to see.
Oh my god.
You know. Apparently they have that sort of stuff.
Yes, I've seen that online. It's a new world we live in. But you know, back in the day, they used to have the inflatable dolls. We've all seen that. Only Fools and Horses.
Yeah. Do you reckon people actually bought that?
I reckon they did. It's
Went
sex,
up to
Mike.
Soho.
Someone's going to.
So you reckon someone's like?
They were a big seller. They must have been because they were everywhere.
I thought it was a joke, like for stag dudes and stuff.
Well, yeah, for a stag dude.
But
But
imagine
you wouldn't
put yourself in the mind of a bloke, right? It's like, okay, you've been alone for a while. You're lonely. You want company. You want a bit of gratification. You deserve it.
You deserve it. You've worked all week. You've saved up your money. You've purchased your inflatable doll.
Yeah, and I've seen this ad at the back of the newspaper. All right. It's quite discreet.
It's discreet, is it?
Discreet.
I'll just cut this out.
Let's cut this
Put
out.
in a self-addressed envelope.
Yeah. Send them a check.
Pay the postage and
then you get this box.
4 to 6 weeks later.
Yeah, and then this box
brown paper bag. Paper.
Postman gives it to you.
Yeah.
With a slightly judgmental look on his face.
He knows the postmark.
He's like,
he knows.
I know what you're up to, mate.
Seen this exact same shape and weight of box many times
before.
Being delivered to single men.
Yeah.
We know what this is.
Yeah. So you open your box.
It's like Christmas. You're excited.
I don't know how it's going to look, but you see the flattened face of this person, which you're about to inflate.
This item.
Yeah. Seriously, are you going to look at that and be like? Yeah.
I think at that point you've gone that far. It's like math's a math. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because that was what got me. It was like a mask stuck onto an inflatable body. So the mask obviously had to be a bit more robust, I guess.
You know what? I'd never even considered it before. So it was just so that was its only.
But the thing is, I mean, when you look at it, it doesn't. No, whose body looks like that?
That's what I'm saying.
That doesn't. How are you? So all I can think is
why do you push one part? One of it's one other part is got to be flying up in the air.
So listen,
no knees or
all I'm saying
elbows,
is
nothing.
When you're in the groove, Mike, and you're getting towards that final furlong, right?
Yeah.
It's not really that gentle, is it? It's not that graceful at that stage.
I have a feeling that the air would have got out of it way before then.
So what happens when? Because you're not going to stop, are you? So is that? Oh wait. Oh bloody hell! Quick! It's gonna be a travesty of a performance.
And then afterwards, even when
what are you left with afterwards, Mike? What are you? What have you become?
Yeah, that feeling is definitely going to be very real.
Can't return it now.
Those questions are going to definitely be running around your head. What have I become?
Well, I mean, there's a show called that show I was talking about called Dave.
Yes.
It's about the rapper, this white guy who's a rapper, and there's a bit where he has something like that, right? I don't want to ruin it, but I recommend everybody watch it just for this scene because he has his own personal, let's say, device, and he's got a girlfriend, but
goes well, does it?
It's a mixed bag, Mike.
There were highs and lows.
Definitely. Yes.
Anne-Marie is just texting CB4 Chris Rock. We know the scene.
That's what it looks like.
Yeah. That's what it's going to look like. That was my education about those sort of dolls, and I thought, not for me.
It's not a person. It doesn't have the weight or the girth or the feel.
And even then, I mean, how are you going to feel when once you've left your state of sexual frenzy and come back to I imagine it's a bit like. I imagine it's very similar to Bruce Banner and the Hulk. And he comes back and he's
gorilla in a Wendy house, Mike.
Yeah, he's come back. He's like, "What happened? Oh my god!
All your clothes are torn.
Yeah,
I mean, destruction everywhere.
Okay,
people looking in fear.
Yeah, there's fire engines and stuff around. You've caused some damage.
You've caused some irreparable damage.
And then afterwards, it's like, okay, even if you do get used to that feeling, you're gonna put it. Well, you're gonna hide something like that in your house.
I'm assuming that people who have those don't really share their house with anyone else. It's not the sort of thing that you can easily inflate and enjoy in a house with other people.
But you have those guys, you know, that you find out they may want they like to wear like girls' undies on a Saturday or something, and then they got their own special little drawer where they do that.
Yeah, but that's discreet. You can do that.
Oh yeah, I guess it's unless you get run over and then
then you got some explaining to do. Then
there's another reason not to do it.
Who's a joke? Who's a joke? Nah, man, they ain't a joke.
I was abducted and they put these on me.
The ambulance did it. That's what they're doing now. They've got time to be putting women's underpants. You had stockings on, man. Come on. Yeah. There was a garter belt. You know, his seam was up the back. It was impeccable.
Yeah, there's no evidence. All right, man. Yeah. Anyway, we have gone slightly over the way at break, but it's been a good show.
I like to think so. I hope that the listeners enjoyed it. And thank you to everyone who joined in. Anne-Marie, Ross, Asha, Pavlos, everybody. And all those gals who are listening in and didn't join in. Well, thank you for your listening ears. I hope you enjoyed the show. And I'm glad that we're back to our usual level of quality. No cutting out or no... it seemed to go right. We didn't get any messages from you guys, so I'm assuming it went okay.
Yeah. So I sorted out all the...
you sorted it all
earlier today, mate. Yeah.
Okay, it wasn't like a joint effort. We didn't do it together.
Wait, what did you do? Sorry, I'm trying to remember.
Oh, I see. Wow, look at that. What did you do? I'm trying to remember.
I sorted this out.
I can't remember
because
there's nothing to remember, Dave.
I'm sorry. I didn't. But I mean, obviously, you being here.
I mean, you know, I thought we were a team.
You are a team, but while you're not here,
I see.
All right. You know, like, look, it's like Batman and Robin. They got their own lives. They're doing their own stuff.
Is that right? Why Batman and Robin?
All right. Okay. Let's try and think of an equal superhero partnership. Can you think of one?
Thelma and Louise.
Okay. I was going to go with it. Thelma and Louise. You see, it's difficult, isn't it? You notice there's a hierarchy.
There's always a hierarchy. No one's ever going to be equal. If there is, there's like a...
Then they're enemies.
They're enemies. Yeah. It's like Superman, Lex Luthor. It's that kind of thing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. They need to work on that.
That's... you can't we just all get along?
Yeah, it would be the same. I mean...
boring, wouldn't it?
Yeah, it would be.
We need laser vision. We need, people being punched into the sun.
Yeah. Otherwise, it's just going to be like...
just chums.
just friends.
Hanging out. Yeah. Eating ice cream. No one wants to see that.
No one wants to see it.
So, yeah.
All right. Well, people, it's been good. Thank you for your time and your ears and your interaction. Always appreciated. So, in the meantime, please do get in touch with us on Twitter with any ideas that you might have for next week's show, any discussion points, any pressing issues.
Anything you feel that you would like us to discuss. Questions of the week, whatever.
Yeah, and Dee will sing your question. Well, he won't sing the question.
Well, you can always suggest
a singing style.
A singing style, yeah. In the style of.
So yeah,
question of the week.
So for example, if you're a fan of Japanese funk, all right, you can get Dee to sing a Japanese funk style song.
Yeah, give me a heads up though first, so I can do a little research.
Yeah, just like an hour before will be enough.
I want Peruvian panpipes. It's gonna take me a while. Yeah, but I'll try my best. I'm not promising, but I'm open to anything.
All right, so, some South African rap or maybe some
African rap.
Yeah,
I'm gonna check that out.
I think so.
I think he looks like he's got something to say.
Why don't we we'll do like a duo. Like
a South African rap duo.
Yeah. Okay. So it would be like I'm trying to think.
Like Kid and Play, but
Kid and Play
in South Africa.
I think we have something. Who wants to hear South African Kid and Play?
Kid and Play. That's what's gonna. I think that's gonna bring him back, Mike.
Yeah.
House Party 5.
Africana. Kid and Play.
Kid and Play. So I'm excited to be part of it. I feel like people are going to really get jazzed. I think they really want to hear what's going on.
I think they do. All right, then. We'll see what we can do. This might take a lot longer to put together than you actually believe. But, yeah, we'll see. All right.
Yeah.
We are going to clock off. You've got 20 minute extra, see?
Yeah.
More value for your buck.
There you go.
Brexit doesn't work.
So make sure you join the Facebook page. Or, no, forget Facebook. Instagram, Twitter. Join in. Connect. We're gonna put. I think we should put like the pictures.
Well, forgetting Facebook. Is it because Facebook forgets us?
Yeah, they don't.
Okay, yeah.
Whenever we try and post stuff, they just say, "No, you're too rude," and then just cut it off. They don't like our style, mate. We're too visceral. We're in their face, and it upsets the little world.
Telling the truth to the masses.
That's what I'm saying. They're trying to shut us down. Yeah, Facebook, Feisty book. That's what I say.
Feisty book.
There you go. Feisty, like, you know, fierce fever, them kind of things. So listen, get in touch, join, and then we should probably, like, all the pictures that we get, we should probably try and put them on Instagram so you can check out what we're viewing, like Swans and Prince Andrew. In case you forgot what he looks like, but I'm pretty sure no one's going to forget him this year.
No.
So
that's a face you'll never forget.
That's it. So yes, but yeah, that's it. So yeah, like we say, thanks for joining in. Hope to see you next week. Tell your friends, tell your mothers, and
your brothers and your sisters and their friends and whatever. You get the idea. Tell people.
Tell people.
Talk. Yeah. Just communicate.
Share it, you selfish people.
All right, we are out.